All right, welcome to the FeedBak podcast, everybody. My name is Back. We're back from the holidays. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving and all that good stuff, and didn't infect all your family. That'd be really sad. But I hope you had a good time. I had a good time with family. We all tested negative, so we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Anyway, this is gonna be a good show because we're gonna be talking about anime. I've talked about it before on this show. I'm a huge fan, so what better to bring two other otakus uh, and on the podcast? We got our boy Miko, returning champ. How you doing, man?
Hello, world. Doing well. Thanksgiving went well.
Yeah, and if you've heard Miko on the show many times before, that's how he greets. He goes, "Hello, world," on every single time. And back from a long time ago, uh, really good dude, really good friend. We got Bobby Queso in the house. How you
What's
doing,
up, the
man?
power cheese,
Power
baby?
cheese. I miss that, man. I really do. I really do. And since I'm sure you really miss dance floor uh,
Oh my God,
as
you have no
well
idea.
with this
You know
COVID
what
shit.
also misses the dance floors?
What?
My fat. Damn. If I was dancing even more, I would have lost all that shit. I could have left it off, but nah, it's
You
it's
could probably
cool.
do a badass spin on your belly now because it's like a nice
Oh, I
round.
could, dude.
Yeah,
I
good
spit
one.
and then I just stay right there because of sciatica. I'd be like, all right, that's it. Y'all just cart me
I
out.
can't get up no more.
Right? No, it's not
I
happening.
can't get up no more. So, every time I talk to you guys, we talk about anime and we get caught up in the old, the new, what's on Netflix, what's on Hulu, what's good, what's bad, what's long, what's over. And I know with the pandemic, staying at home, there's a lot of anime coming out, and
Oh my
then
God,
you catching up, you binging. I've brought up The Great Pretender on a previous show. We might get into that later, but like I wanted to ask y'all because I don't even know, like, what was your first exposure to anime?
Who's
Can you
first?
can you go that far back?
yeah. Oh yeah.
The first thing I can remember watching,
Well,
this is
yeah.
old school, Vampire Hunter D. Ever heard of that?
Oh, yes, 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 I do.
So I had some friends that were into anime and they're like, yo, man, you've got to watch this, like this cartoon. And I mean, this is like early 90s, early to mid 90s to date myself a little bit. I'm like, okay, I watched some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, some G.I. Joe, I was not ready. I didn't know
Oh
anime can
no,
get that fucking
it
violent.
was like, yeah, it was up there, bro. Hell yeah, that good old
And
John
that was your
Peel.
hook, and that was your hook
Well,
from
that was
anime. Like,
that, and then what really hooked me. So that was the first one I saw,
uh-huh.
and I was like, okay, this is interesting. I like it. It's a little bit more mature. But what really hooked me, Ninja Scroll.
Ah,
Yeah.
Ninja
classic.
Scroll was
And
great.
and
I
you
love
think
that. I
and
love
that's
ninjas.
not violent at all.
Oh God,
At all. I mean, this is like PG-13 type shit.
that
and no
is
one's having sex in that movie either. No one.
Oh no,
yeah.
no,
Well,
no, no
I think
heads
they're
being
getting
cut off.
assaulted.
No, nothing weird at all. In Ninja Scroll.
I think that's half anime, half hentai.
Dude, for real.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Dope
yes, yes.
though.
Yeah, those are my two original ones. From there, I didn't get like in the. I feel like in the early parts for me it was movies,
Hmm.
Mhm.
because you didn't have a lot of access like you do now to all the streaming services. I mean, it was hard to find anime.
Right, right.
So movies, and then I didn't. The first series I watched, I mean, other than like a Speed Racer or something that I didn't even see, I
Hmm.
didn't actually see the episodes sequentially.
Hmm.
The first one I saw sequentially was Dragon Ball Z,
What
right in the
year did
early
Dragon
days.
Ball Z come to the US? I'm curious about that.
It was in
That
the
Well,
was
Dragon Ball first or Dragon Ball Z first?
Dragon Ball Z was the
Z
first one I
came
saw.
first, yeah, to
Wait,
America.
Dragon Ball Z
It
Uh,
was
came
on.
came before Dragon Ball to America?
I
yeah,
think.
to America.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Wow.
I'm a border town, so we saw Dragon Ball way
Yes.
first because I'm from Laredo.
1996.
So
Well,
Mexico
that
was right
is
there.
lit.
So Mexico got all the crazy badass stuff. But I
Uh-huh.
saw everything in Spanish. You know what I
Right.
mean? So Dragon Ball, I saw it, but as far as like the rest of my friends were like, I don't know what that is. That's stupid. Blah, blah, blah. And then when Dragon Ball Z came out there, have you seen this? I was like, man, that's old shit. I was like, shut up. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. It was around the 96, 97,
Yeah.
around that.
Shout out
It
to
was
Carlin for getting the 96 to America. Dragon Ball Z.
Toonami, stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Toonami.
Toonami
what
was
helped a
Cartoon
lot
Network.
was Suncoast Video brought a lot of anime to
R.I.P.
yeah, right? Suncoast
So
Video.
so it was either the video store or
Yeah.
Toonami. Those were
Or
the two
yeah,
outlets. That was it.
That was
yeah.
it. I can't think of anywhere else you can get it.
I
Wow, because I mean it. I go back to the first anime I was exposed ever, and I didn't know it was an anime until later. It's called Chao and Godo in French, and in Japanese it's called Hero Boom. So it's about two dogs and the dog looking for his mom.
Yeah, yeah.
One was a street dog, the other one was like a polished dog, and it's spelled Hoero Boom. That's the Japanese name for that cartoon. Colin, you
Wait.
can pull it up. But I was 2 years old.
You remember that?
Yes, because and here's why. Because the theme song in French, my
Sing it
mom.
in French.
What?
The theme song. It clearly meant a
Uh,
lot to you.
Viens me raconter l'histoire de Ciao, petit chien errant, car les autres ne veulent pas savoir qu'il est encore un enfant. So check this out. This song right here.
He still remembers. 2
My
years
mom,
old,
my
everyone.
mom told me, she's like, we used to come home from work. Like dad and I would come home from work and you'd be singing the song and we had no idea what you were talking about. And so, well, no, that's not it. That's the cautious hero.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. Carlin, that's not
Not
it.
right here.
And so here,
I see a dog.
just Google
on-
this. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, Hero Bun Bun.
Yeah, Hero Bomb. Yes.
Yep.
And so my parents would come home from work and go, and I would sing the song, and I would like in French, and they had no idea what I was talking about, and it was the show.
Nice.
And we were lucky, and this is 19. The show came out in 1980 and ended in 1981. So I didn't see it till 1984, if I'm going to date myself. And I was in France, so it came later. But there was a show in France that dominated, like as far as like Kid Block, the same way you had Saturday morning cartoon here.
What?
It was called Club Dorothée, and all they showed was anime. So
okay, so it
when
was just like
we had Dragon Ball in the 80s.
Huh.
You
It's
know,
got
we
anime
had
hour.
the Knights of the Zodiac. I don't know if it's called like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
See, ours was called oh my god,
Caballeros de something.
Caballeros del Zodiaco.
Yeah.
Yeah, Los Caballeros del Zodiaco.
Yeah. And so Space Adventure Cobra, City Hunter, Radma One Half, all of those, they were the only Okuto no Ken.
Yeah.
Fist of the No Star.
Oh yeah, that's
So
classic.
Fist of the No Star and it has blow up.
Yeah.
Like I watched that when I was like 7 or 8. And that was on that show.
That was on regular TV.
That was on regular TV in the mornings.
That's fucking crazy.
Anything goes in France.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, what do we want? We French, huh? We
Right?
French. Fuck you, Americans. We French. We do what we want.
Dude, the very first that I ever watched, it was my mom. She brought a VHS tape home one time, and she borrowed it from a lady from church, and she thought I would like it. I was like, I think it was 4 years old. It was Little Nemo in
Little
Slumberland.
Nemo.
In Slumberland. You remember that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Where
played
he's
the
like in
video game.
the fighting, not the flying bed, and
Yeah, he
all this
rides.
crazy stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, he
dude.
rides on things. Yeah.
That was my first anime ever,
Huh.
and I loved it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful! Are you kidding me?" And from there, I
That's
watched.
a cool story. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was phenomenal. I loved it.
We're probably
Yes,
gonna get
Little Nemo. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
That's it.
they
dude.
showed the picture, not the video. We're gonna get like if this
Yeah,
goes on
that
YouTube,
one
yeah.
right there.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
it's dope. Fucking, I remember what brought me back like hardcore. I think about maybe 7-8 years ago, YouTube did a dedicated full stream, like a 24-hour stream of that movie, because I think it was like its 25th anniversary or some shit. And I was like, oh my god, I was freaking out. And so it was that one. Of course, Akira I saw next.
Akira classic.
Yeah, because Sci-Fi Channel had just hit our city, and
In
I was
Mexico,
like,
or like on the border.
yeah, on the border. Yeah, it barely
Wait, when
hit
did
our
Sci-Fi
city.
Channel come out? How old? What year is it? And how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 35, homie.
Wait.
And so
Okay.
yeah, Sci-Fi Channel I had hit like a while back, and so there was that, and then series-wise was Gigantor.
I'm not familiar with that
Gigantor. Is that a robot thing?
Yeah, it was a giant
like
robot, and this kid has like a remote control lunchbox thing. He's like, And this fool's just like, "Yeah," just smashing shit. And I was like, oh my God. I wake up like at fucking 5 in the morning just to watch this thing. And so that came out like in the 80s,
Uh-huh.
and that hit our channels also.
But
And then like
who was like putting it on? Was it on regular TV?
regular cable, yeah, it was just
Like
some
in the
random.
morning, afternoon?
It was early morning, like 5 in the morning.
5 in the
Like
morning, you have to
so,
catch it?
Yo, there were some
yeah,
good cartoons at like 5 in the morning.
I
It
don't
was
remember 5
crazy.
in the morning
yeah,
cartoons.
Yeah, they started
like five.
early.
Yeah, 5 in the morning was Gigantor. Right after it was, like I told you, Mospita, which is that third generation to Robotech, and they were all motorcycles. So they would turn
Hmm.
into like the robots and shit, right? But they were
Uh-huh.
motorcycles. They'd be riding it, and all of a sudden they transform, and there it's all drama based. It was like my novella, my telenovela.
Oh,
Back when I was
damn, like that?
yeah, for real. There's like, oh, he loves her and he should stay with her. No, she's an alien. Ugh, she's got blue blood and shit like that. And oh man, I got engrossed, and I was like, my very first crush was this anime chick in one of those
Oh, we all had
series.
crush on anime
Oh,
chicks.
that's
Yeah,
gonna be
dude.
a theme for Queso
Oh,
during this
really?
whole
We can do an
show.
entire show
His different
on.
anime crushes.
Holy shit! Yeah, we could really go
And
on and
Queso, I
on.
really appreciate when you talk. I really appreciate your sound effects. I just want to say, don't stop.
Yeah, they have to be there, brother. I gotta bring you in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, One Punch Man in the back, Macross
Right.
on the other side. Yeah, he's coming out with sound effects. But well, like what was the hook? Was it the animation? Was it the story? Was it the characters? What
It
was
was
it for
the
you?
animation for me, honestly, because at that time, I think the only thing we had access to was like Hanna Barbera shit. It's nothing to disparage Hanna Barbera
Mhm.
whatsoever. I love them. They're awesome. They're a
Mhm.
staple in my heart. Flintstones, Scooby Doo, stuff like that. I love that. But when I saw like more movement, there's more in between action, stuff like that. I was like, oh God, you can draw like that? Are you kidding me? That's a thing? It's not
Right.
just like one still picture and then the next still picture. Super
Yeah.
Friends, like a picture, 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 and that was it.
Yeah.
Man, this thing was flowing. It was going. I was like, oh, I'm through the wall, and I was like, oh my God, that right there caught my eye, and like that was it. I was like, oh mom, what's ADD? And she's like, you have it, you know.
That's a good answer. For me, I wouldn't say it's animation, but I would agree with what you said. The old school American cartoons had poor animation.
I-
I was like
You don't like
flipping
Top
through
Cat?
a fast comic book. But for
Heathcliff.
me, it's story. I love a good story in
Yep.
anything. So unlike American cartoons, where the story is very moralistic, if you will, a lot of morals in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
a lot of the stories are very episodic too. Like they don't carry sequentially as much.
Yeah. It's just
Mhm.
one thing happens. That's the end of that
And it's the
episode.
same formula.
Yeah, the next episode, everybody resets, everyone's healthy
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
then it
Here's
just
the-
starts over with a new thing.
Yeah, that's true. Bit
And
of-
so in the animes and the Japanese stories, it was a continued story, both series and then just a good story, even if it was a movie. It was
Yeah.
just a very engaging story with character development, and you really felt the characters. And I've always been a big story person. I mean, I'm a big Final Fantasy player and a big role player, and I love a good story, and
Mhm.
that's what drew me in.
So, I mean, to me, it was the. I mean, by the way, the French dubs, the anime are horrible. We can get into dubbing later, but I didn't know.
Most dubs are bad.
Yeah, most dubs are bad, but when it
Yeah.
comes
I'm gonna
to
answer
anime,
for you back. What got you in was the theme songs.
yes.
Bradley.
No,
Yeah.
because you know what? Believe it or not, like the French theme songs were, well, they're for kids, so they were silly, and
Yeah.
they're all still in my head. But
Ooh, we heard.
yeah, I can do them all. Dragon Ball in French, Dragon Ball Z in French. But it was like, to me, it was definitely the animation, because you're like, these guys are fighting, because you don't see like Hanna-Barbera or fight to
Yeah,
where
it flashes to bang, splat,
exactly.
Right.
kablam.
And the
and
Batman
you're
was like that,
Yeah.
but when you see like, holy shit, they're flying they're fighting mid-air,
Mhm.
and or there was a show called Captain Tsubasa, which was a soccer anime.
Yes.
about soccer.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. It
So
was so
I-
dramatic. I'm about to
so
get the ball.
They would run like
Yeah.
it take 10 episodes to get from one end of the field to the other.
I remember that.
They
Yeah,
jump, and I was like, holy shit, they're jumping in the air and they have time
Yeah.
to make full sentences and do a backflip.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome. Because it felt so surreal, but it's all based on, I mean, real shit. And so the animation was like, holy crap. But I got to say the story too. So you guys both
Yeah.
heard answer my question.
Can
I
I throw a topic here just related to all that?
Go ahead.
You know, we've talked about American cartoons and we've talked about anime. I want to throw a contentious topic.
Go
What
ahead.
defines an anime versus a cartoon?
Animes are Japanese cartoons. Next.
Is that specific? I mean,
Next up.
it's got to be from Japan. Anything from anywhere. It's like champagne has to be from Champagne, France.
No,
Nah.
here's the okay, let me I'll put it this way. I believe
Yes.
that
Your 2 cents.
no, anime is got to be based on, there's got to be some Japanese shit in it. It has got to come from Japan. But I think when anime is like the upgrade, it starts at the comic book level.
Okay.
Kind of like, you X-Men, Marvel, and all that, and they make a cartoon out of it. It's the same thing, but in Japan. So Dragon Ball started as a comic book, a Japanese comic book, and then they made
AKA
The mangas, baby.
manga, of course. Hold on, we got a definition here: a style of Japanese film or television animation, typically aimed at adults as well as children.
It's a multi-theme.
Yeah. So in Japan, that's just really animation.
Well, kind of like in Japan, you would see bigger ideas, bigger stories that would aim for adults as well, and they would hit the theaters. Over here, you would just see,
cartoons are
that's
for kids.
yeah, or that's what's that called? Like Little Mermaid stuff, Disney stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And little productions like that, and it was mostly children situated things. Oh, my battery's about to die. Why didn't I think of these things? Give me a second.
While he's doing that, I will jump in my definition.
Go ahead.
I think this is a contentious topic, what the true definition of anime is, and I think it differs for every person. For me, it's something that it tells for me, if you're an anime, you tell a sequential story, right? A serial story. When I think of cartoon, I think that's very episodic. There's a monster of the week. Everything resets the next episode. It doesn't really have a continuation. It doesn't have arcs. Or if it does, it's very loose, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a cartoon. It had an arc, but it was very loose. You can miss a few episodes and be okay. Anime, to me, it's kind of the way it's drawn a bit, right? It's a little bit better drawn. But again, as a story person, to me, anime means you're telling a complete story in some form or fashion in every episode, and it has specific arcs to it.
You know what?
I don't subscribe to it has to be from a certain region. I understand that argument, but I
Yes.
don't fall into it.
Let me add to this, because it's true that anime tends to focus on character development and a lot of but the same way that I'm trying to think of an anime that's episodic. Like that's not
Exactly. Good luck.
I mean, Gintama is like that, but there's actually an overall story. Oh shit, that's a good point.
I mean, I've had this argument before, and we've tried to think about it. We did come up.
Oh,
with
this is my
point.
lady's laptop. I don't know where this goes.
What are you doing? Oh, he's plugging your thing. You don't have to talk, dude. I'm kidding.
Yeah, things aren't episodic, right? It's there. Everyone wants to tell a story, and the other thing I like about anime is that typically, with the exception of One Piece and Naruto,
The end.
there's an end.
And Naruto's over. Okay.
Well, Boruto came out. I mean, they're still.
Sure.
Granted, it's a spinoff. I'll give it that. But even Naruto was, I mean, the original
while.
Naruto and Shippuden, that was like 600 episodes.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Okay,
if you read the manga, it's not as long.
Yeah, let me chime in on
You
that.
can take out all the fillers.
The fillers was.
I didn't care no more.
There was like a year and a half of fillers for Naruto
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
At one point.
I wasn't even watching.
I didn't either.
But
fillers
those
were
are
awful.
episodic. They have nothing to do with
Yeah, you know what? That's what's episodic. You're right. Fillers
That's
are
what a filler is.
episodic.
Yeah, like nothing to do with the rest of the story. They're just like,
No.
oh, we need to slow down because the manga is
Needs to catch
catching up
up.
with
Yeah,
the
and it's
manga.
episodic. It's there's no character development either in fillers. They don't get any new powers. They don't get any new things. They don't grow up because they got to wait on the story. They're stuck in time.
Right. But
The
you know what's
Rugrats.
the format of manga? I wonder what the comic book, because that's where they all come from,
Originated,
really.
yeah.
So I've never been to Japan. Have you guys been to Japan?
Mm,
Oh, I was there
no.
at the
Airport doesn't count. What? Well, actually, let me ask you this, because I've seen, one thing that really hooked me also into anime is like the Japanese as a culture.
Yeah.
You know,
You get to
unless
learn
it's
a little
like
bit.
all the way, sci-fi stuff, go to space and everything. But it's like anime is rooted in like Japanese culture, and you see the art, how the houses are like. You see the kind of shit they wear, like the schoolgirl outfit and the schoolboy outfit. It like I kept seeing it out over and over. I'm like, what is up with that? Is that really
Yeah.
just an anime thing, or is it a Japanese thing? And then you see, you watch, you go online, and you see, okay, this is really how they dress when they go to school,
Yeah,
right?
they're exporting their culture through their
Yeah.
anime.
They are.
It's
They're-
cool because as an American kid, where we don't learn any other languages and we think America is the best and the only country in the world, like it's cool to watch anime because I actually get exposed to other things and other
Yep.
cultures. I really
You get to
appreciate
see
that.
their folklore too.
Yeah.
Their legends. They're kind
They
of like on
do.
our side in Mexico. We have you know, the scary stories, the things to fear. You
What,
know,
chupacabra and all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, La Llorona, La Mano
Hey,
Pachona.
cucuñ.
You know, yeah, shit like that.
When I
But
say I
you
know
get
that.
to see
Back.
it over here,
Hey,
shit.
I know my Spanish. Whatever. No,
But
but
yeah,
Don't lie. Carlin was sending you those examples on the side. Don't.
no, it was not.
La cucaracha.
But yeah, I mean, it was interesting to me. And so if you go to Japan, a manga is something you can just like get in the subway and read on your way to work and then
Yeah.
throw it away.
But
It's
see, also, there's another thing to that.
Mhm.
If a certain anime is very famous, usually the manga is basically the storyboard to the anime.
Right.
right,
You
exactly.
know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So it's just like these little squares that you pick up from, but they fill in with action and movement and shit like that.
You're
It's like you're reading the storyboard basically.
Did you have a hard time reading right to left when you read
Ah,
mangas?
I picked it up like real quick. I loved
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't. Yeah, it took me a second. Actually, the first manga I picked up, I didn't realize that's what they do.
You
Hey.
started on the left. Like, wait,
I was
hold
like,
on,
what?
she
The
did.
story didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I picked it up because I was
No
watching,
one tells you these
Yeah,
things.
but I was watching animes and I was seeing how they were reading. And I was like, oh, you're reading from the other side. So when I picked one up finally when I was a kid, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I can see why. You know, they were reading the side, yeah.
No, but I love the idea that you can these are, I mean, they're for kids and adults. That's the thing. Like you
Yeah.
think about, I'll name even Dragon Ball, right? Dragon Ball Z. There is since they come out every week in a teenager type of Shonen Jump, really.
Shonen, yeah.
That's the magazine, right?
Mm.
So they're geared towards kids between what 10 and 16 or something like that, teenager.
Something like that.
Maybe
Just
younger.
for all your listeners, Shonen Jump is like the Rolling Stone of anime in Japan.
Yes,
That's true.
it comes out every week. Sometimes some series take a break, a week break, 2 week break, but they literally have to like put a chapter together in a week, kind of like how South Park has
Yeah.
to put out an episode
Hey,
each week.
No, it's not like them because South Park only has to do it 26 times a year, if that. Manga, like, that
Oh, it's
shit's
year-round.
52
Yes.
times a year.
that's year
And
round.
they go-
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
that's
That's right.
true.
Yeah. Oh,
That
yeah,
is
because they
true.
take a break for a series. They take a break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes
Right.
it's just like, hey, the author is sick, so there's not gonna be a.
Fuck you,
Well, I
pay
mean,
me, right,
so-
motherfucker.
People get
It's
mad.
okay. Bringing that point out. What pisses me off sometimes when a badass anime's out, it's going gold, and all this bullshit's happening. All of a sudden, it's over. Why? Because in the background, somebody has a discrepancy with another employee, blah, 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 and then the company falls off, and that's how you never see it again. And that's happened a lot on mangas. Like I had like 3 fucking amazing mangas. One was called Veritas. The other one was called Siren.
Veritas, that's
Yeah.
right, Veritas.
Veritas was his fucking tits.
Yes.
And then the other one was it's like I think it's called Red or something like that. It's just some kid. He's super strong and whatever. He was about to meet his dad. It's kind of like a grappler Baki, but he's more even younger. It was like that. But in the background,
Gangsta
I guess.
didn't finish either. Did you
I'm
watch
sorry?
Gangsta?
Nah.
That's another one. Anyway, but yeah, I see what you
And
mean.
it's stuff like
They
that.
just
Like you were
drop
saying,
off.
like some people get sick. We get it. So you're not gonna see something for a while. But at some point, everybody's like, "Well, we don't see it at all." And then there was just something in the background that happened. It's like, what sucks too is that it's so taxing on the artist or the writer, the creator, that they mentally just break and they're just like, okay, you know what, I'm done.
It's a lot of
And they
pressure.
end it. Yeah, it's a fuck ton of pressure. 'Cause like you're saying, because they have to do it. Boom, bring me something. Bring me
Yeah.
something. Bring me something. And they're just like, nah, you know what, fuck it, I'm done.
I think that's why they have an end, right? Because they can't just keep going and like American shows because they don't do it half the year, if that. They have to do it
Right.
every day. So you have a set story. When that story's done, you take a fucking vacation.
And then come up another one 2 years later.
Well, yeah,
That's
but-
the same characters that look the same, just different hair color. But there is a formula though, because there's always, I like the overall theme. A lot of anime, especially the popular ones like the Naruto, One Piece, Bleach. There's always this idea of, oh, I gotta get stronger and I gotta protect.
I gotta
the
protect
ones-
someone.
I gotta protect somebody, and don't throw your life away in vain. And some of them get pretty deep.
Friends matter. We can do this together.
Yeah, exactly. Like how do you call it? Nakama power. You see that in comments sometimes.
Mhm.
And you're like, is there anything comparable to that in Western culture? Where you expose some pretty deep, pretty even controversial sometimes topics in anime, like robots over human, or discrimination, or politics versus the will of the people. And
I'd say,
I don't know any. Can you think of any?
Yeah, I can give it a little bit of this because they tried their best to engage on older demographic, and
I
I'd
think
say
you're
maybe
blending
like
your microphone, man.
in the 13s.
Sorry, I think you're
Who's
blending.
the they? Who are we talking about? Like we talking about America?
Yeah,
Like, is
yeah.
there a
Well,
comparable?
they're trying to get.
No.
I was thinking Captain Planet.
Okay,
kinda
we're the
has that.
Planeteers. You
Yeah.
give me one too. Cause don't I
To
can,
saving our planet,
planet
is
is
a
a
thing,
thing
to
to
do.
do.
Polluting
Something
and polluting is not,
It's
the way.
Here's
Here's what
Captain
Captain
Planet
Planet
has to say.
The
The
power
power
y'all,
is
motherfuckers.
yours.
Okay, so
Ugh.
Captain Planet was actually, I think it was, there was a company name, and I think that's the name of it, called D.I.C.
It was an actual
yeah.
environmental company. It was
It
an
was?
actual environmental company. Yes, it's a dude. It's an actual environmental company, and he wanted the children to learn how to clean up and look after.
Oh,
this.
okay.
It's actually an environmental company. Yeah.
I didn't know that where it came from, but I'm talking about like how Captain Planet was animated, because there was this period of time.
The intro was I think Japanese animators.
Was
They
it? It was
brought
good.
in
It was a great intro.
outsourced.
Hey,
yeah,
Colin, look up Dick Entertainment, D.I.C. Entertainment.
D.I.C. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
So
seeing the Dick logo, and then it had
Yeah,
little
so
kids
the-
saying "Dick," which
Yes.
is kind of creepy now.
So that company, the French company.
The
Oh.
Ninja Turtles at the beginning too. Their intro was that also.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So
Ninja Turtles,
those
it was
guys,
good.
there were two French guys, French or Belgium, one of the two. And
Same difference.
yeah, and they started a company in France, and they opened and they work with Japanese animators,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where you
Yeah.
get Heathcliff, Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
That's
look at
where
all
you
that.
get Jason Wheeled Warriors.
Yep.
I mean, there's a bunch, but those are all Japanese animators making these cartoons. There's Captain Planet right there.
Mhm.
Yep.
And so I didn't know that, like, they make fucking Inspector Gadget. So they had offices in the US, and they're like, okay, these cartoons didn't really make it in Japan. It was all for it was for the American market.
Yeah.
And then they had the French version because those guys were from France too.
Because the French would listen and watch anything.
Well, we came up with that, so props. Jason and Wheeled Warriors, man, that was my shit. That was my shit.
Remember what are they called? Silver Falcons, I think.
Silverhawk.
Silverhawks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
who-
Silverhawks. The same.
Yeah.
Might be the same company. I'm not sure if Dick did that one. And then of course, like there was remember Mask.
Yes.
Mask.
Yeah.
Mask.
Da-na-na-na. Mask. Les voilà. Ils sont-
So it's funny. We have all these we have some great.
the Bionic 6.
Yeah, that was good too.
That was dope.
Which one?
The Bionic 6.
That was one
It
of the
was
ones
like
you had
the
to wake
family-
up at 6 in the morning for.
Yeah. It was a family. It's a $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
It had Bionic Woman in it and shit like that. But then they had kids, and everybody was all like, and there was like a Chinese kid in it for some reason. I don't know why they adopted him and shit. And Madonna was in the background or some shit. She adopted all the children.
I don't remember that.
Ah, there it is.
Bionic,
Yeah,
Bionic 6. Do-do-do-do.
That's from Jack. Oh yeah, see how it's drawn on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, the left side looks more like what it was. That
Yeah, the
picture, that
left
big
side.
picture on the right looks too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that
Yeah,
can't
That
that's
was
it.
it, the Bionic 6. I
There was
remember
a
that shit. There's
Ghostbusters
that
too,
Chinese
like
guy.
that.
"What-da-da-da?" And then like you got your typical jock guy. He was a baseball dude. I don't know why.
It's always like that. It's the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's how American is, right? It's very cliche, very tropey
Yep.
with the
Yeah.
different roles.
Yep. You had Fred, Daphne, Velma,
Mhm.
Shaggy, and you take
You have
these.
you have the jock, you have the pretty person, you have
The
the
nerd
geek, the nerd,
Yeah.
you have
black guy, maybe.
goofball, the comedy.
and a pet, some kind of
Yeah.
pet.
And then one guy that says heart, but he speaks to animals. You know, okay. Just a little side note tangent. When I
Go
was a
ahead.
kid,
No,
yeah, when I was a kid, we would play in the playground. It was all kindergarten shit, elementary shit. We would play Captain Planet. We'd be Planeteers and shit like that, right? And I was
Mhm.
like, I'm Heart. And it was like, haha, you talk to animals, you talk to a monkey, blah, blah. I was like, nah, man. I just stopped your heart. I'm Heart. And everybody's like, I was like, yeah, dead. And he goes, he's super powerful. You just don't know it.
Oh, so then, to answer the question, is there a show, even a show that had like some deep meaning or some kind of message, was made by Japanese people?
That it comes right back. Yeah, it stems right back, dude.
I
Yeah.
can't think of another one.
I'm gonna challenge you.
Maybe
this for
Hanna-Barbera
American
had some.
cartoons. For American, they're so catered to kids. They have to have a very, very basic message, simplistic message. A
Yeah.
lot of times, I feel.
G.I. Joe did it every now and then.
That's
I just
probably
watched some
made by
little YouTube
Japanese?
video on GI Joe. It was crazy. Some of the things they had on there.
Yeah.
They went into politics and all kinds of crazy things.
But see, even the
But it was
beginning.
terrible animation.
Yeah, but the
Was it-
beginning
it was
animation
American?
was like, what you were talking about, the Dick Productions. I think they had some hand in it too, because the very beginning production, or not production, excuse me, the intro was like all badass.
The intro's badass, but the
Right,
actual
yeah.
anime
Yes.
or actual cartoon,
Yeah.
whatever.
I love me some anime intros, man. When I saw the series, I watched the intro once. After that, I just skip it. But
Yeah,
like,
like,
I remember when I started watching One Piece, that was like and One Piece started in '99. I started watching it in 2004, I think, and I was hooked just from the intro. And what I didn't know, and I found out much later, is that every arc has its own theme song.
Yeah, for a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
and-
every anime
like,
has that, but
Yeah,
a lot of them.
there's
do.
like a little small break, and then they get older for some reason, a different intro,
Yeah,
and then it gets another thing, a different intro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well,
I
usually
thought
it's
that was real cool.
seasons for anime. Every
Right.
season has a different intro and outro for that matter.
outro too.
Yes, that too. Yeah.
Outro too. But but those songs are made by actual bands. It's not like
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
which
actual.
was weird
bands
to
and
me.
stuff,
So like,
yeah.
so they just pick a popular band and go, okay, we need a song. The song doesn't even have to mention. Usually, your songs don't even mention the.
No, the
anime.
songs can be totally like they just grabbed them off someone's album
Yeah,
and it just fit kind of.
can you imagine that? Like you're watching Family Guy, and then the intro, instead of "It seems today," you hear like Blink
Static
182.
X. You're like, huh?
All right, I've got my first of the night. You're gonna get a lot of these nights because my favorite anime is about to come up right now. Talking about music.
Go ahead.
Back, what is that? What is the anime I always try to get you to watch and you never
Ruby.
do?
Ruby.
Ruby. So
RWBY.
yeah, have you
Oh,
seen it,
did you-
Queso?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it?
yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Someone who
and-
appreciates good anime.
Yeah, yeah.
Western
Well,
anime.
see,
Based right here in Austin, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of
Rooster
the great
Teeth
things about them,
is Rooster
music
Teeth.
wise,
Yeah.
is that they have a band that makes all their music, and they come out with a 10 album. They have a 10 song album every season.
Yeah.
So they're in 8 seasons. They have 8 different albums, 10
Mhm.
songs on each one, and they play the songs, at different points during during the anime. Every character has a theme song
Yeah,
that
that's
started off
good.
in the first
And
season, and then they have remixes of their theme song
yeah,
as their character progresses.
Remixes.
it's
Yeah, I mean,
anime.
remixes are just different
That's
versions
good.
of it
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
based off the original.
it's anime
It's
formed, but in like CGI also.
Yep.
It's like the cross between the two.
I'm not a
But
fan of
yeah,
that.
it was. I think the first time I ever saw it, I went to Rooster Teeth,
Yep.
and
Rooster Teeth
it's
is
one
a
of
producer.
those conventions and an organization
RTX.
puts together a bunch of stuff. And yeah, they busted that shit out, and it was fucking awesome. I thought it was cool because it was like very combo based. But then their big hit was because Ruby ended up hitting a major video game, Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
Yep, they did.
They started
Yep.
bringing it out, and I was like, that makes perfect sense. Why the fuck are they in the fighting game? Because yeah,
They're also in one of the Dynasty Warriors. They're
yeah,
Oh,
I think
really?
they're
Dynasty Wars
unlockable.
the game?
yeah.
One of them, I think they're unlockable characters. I think. Like
Oh,
they get smart, right? So Rooster Teeth itself, the company that produces Ruby,
yeah.
is a cross between video games and like internet culture,
Mhm.
and so they're really smart about cross marketing,
Mhm.
and so they try to put their information and their characters and partner with other entities
Yeah.
to push out their brand.
And so big thing why I followed that anime was because it's ATX based. I was like, oh, you know what?
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a shot, whatever. And it's fun. It's fun. The voice acting, they're good. They do a good job. It's
For
funny.
English?
Yeah, it's all English. Yeah, they do. They're funny.
Yep.
They're hilarious.
They're the only American anime
Okay.
that gets subbed in basically real time back into Japan.
Hmm.
Japan gets it
Oh,
every
really?
week.
Oh.
Oh, cool. I
Yeah,
didn't know
they're the
that.
only
Yeah.
one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So let's do a little show off. Show off how much a fan I am. Ruby character, my favorite,
Who's
Blake.
that?
Mhm.
Blake. Ruby
Blake?
is an acronym for all
Balake.
4 characters.
Mhm.
So
Uh-huh.
Ruby is one, and then Weiss and Blake and Yang, and each of them are based. The whole show, all their characters are based off of popular mythology across the world.
Mhm.
So like Ruby's based on Red Riding Hood, Weiss is based on Snow White, Blake on Belladonna from Beauty and the Beast, Yang on Goldilocks. They have the
Oh,
Wizard of Oz. They have a Monkey King. They even have a Mexican culture one character that's based on their culture and mythology. Like it's like that real live action show Once Upon a Time,
Uh-huh.
ABC,
Oh, that's
but
right.
it's an anime version kind of that.
Did
It's
you say
amazing.
did you say like this to me when you talked about it?
Hell yeah, I did probably.
I don't remember all that.
I'm
Well,
a-
it's because it's because you put down the drink back.
Uh,
Now you're listening, bro.
But to kind of bring it back, their music is really good. And
Yeah,
if you talk
it's
about, I'm going to bring
badass.
Ruby up a couple more times, but music wise, it's one of the best because
They're dope.
what other show? Forget anime. What other shows do you have that have their own albums for a season, like their
True
own
that. I mean,
music and the lyrics are based on what's happening in the show?
okay, okay, yeah.
You
all
have
right.
anime has that a little bit, but like you said, most of them, the outros and intros are bands, but some of them do have music within the show that's based on what's happening. Like the artist wrote lyrics based on what's happening.
Mm.
And that's just awesome. You don't really get that in real live action shows. You just get that in anime.
That's
Whole
really
nother
good.
layer.
I like that. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm on it. Tell you what, I'm watching the episode tonight.
It's
Well,
funny.
let me give a
You'll like it.
preface for you and everyone else.
Why you gotta preface me?
And everyone else watching.
Okay.
Ruby was, I think, first produced in 2012,
Uh-huh.
and Rooster Teeth was broke. They're a small Austin
Oh,
company.
dude, yeah, that's what helped them out. Though.
And so the beginning animation, I mean,
It's
dudes are probably being paid like $20,000 a year.
It's
I
like
don't care.
watching.
I don't tell me
Fantastic.
that. Don't.
It,
It's fine.
Well,
no, but it's fun. It's fun. It's fun.
It,
We'll see
it
the
gets
progress.
amazing.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
The seasons today
Yeah.
are top line with the best anime in Japan,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
they had to make money getting things like Blue Cross, different partnerships and
tag,
making
yeah.
money. So
Mhm.
get through the first couple seasons, knowing it's bad animation a little bit,
Yeah.
and it gets a lot better. You see the progression
alright.
of the company.
Yeah, it's like watching everybody always gives me like shit about that show Reboot back in the day. I fucking hate it.
Oh yeah, I remember
I
that.
was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Early
reboots.
CGI.
but
Yeah.
but see, the thing is, reboot was garbage looking, but also their acting was garbage and their story was garbage. So I was like, it's all
The whole
caca.
show sucked.
Yeah, I was like, pfft. But over here, yeah, I mean the animation's but it's fun. It's fun to watch. I
That's
like
fine.
to hear the people. They're talking. Their dialogue is cool.
Look, if I know that's where they're going,
Yeah,
that's where they are today, I'll look forward to that. But I'll work my way, and watch them all. It's like if you go back, like there was a style of animation. You can see the evolution of animation between anime in the '80s versus anime
Oh
today.
yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, there's no question. I don't even know if they even draw the shit no more. It's like it's probably I don't know how to do it.
Doug, I remember well shit from fucking Akira. Dude, it took so many years to make it, but it was all hand drawn, painstaking. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you watch an anime nowadays, you're just like, well, I can see where they drew that a little bit, and there's some that's kind of not drawn, and but yeah,
Well,
I
I
mean,
can
it
you
still
speak to
can,
look
that.
dope.
You have software where you create a model,
yeah,
and then that model, once you have it, you can turn it,
you can
do whatever
move it
with
around,
it.
do it.
You don't have to redraw it at that point.
Exactly.
The software itself does all the movement for you.
Yeah.
As you say, I want them to go from this position to that position in 3 seconds, and it
I
does
mean,
it.
One of
I
the
hope that's how
recent
they have to
years,
do.
yeah, one of the recent years that I still remember that was 100% all hand drawn was Redline, that futuristic
Is that
racing game.
the car race?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
all hand drawn, and I was like, oh
Shit.
shit,
Can
they
you pull
did
up a
it,
picture of Redline, Carlin? Yeah, have you seen it, Miko?
No, I
it's
haven't.
phenomenal, dude. It's so much
It
fun to
is.
watch.
It's fun. It's
It's beautiful.
just the. Don't worry about the story. Yeah, look at that. Look at that shit.
It's dope,
Oh, that looks great.
dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was
What was it about?
It's about a
Uh,
car racer.
it's just it.
Okay.
It's a
And
race like
but these
intergalactic.
cars, they have like, I think 8,000, 9,000 horsepower type of shit. You're just like, what the fuck? And they're just going, dude. It's badass.
The way they make you feel like holy shit, this shit's fast with the angles and all that. I mean, I'm not a artist or anything, but it you feel like holy crap. Like you don't see anime like that,
Mm.
honestly.
Mm.
And I'm not a big fan of the CGI shit. It's kind of because I appreciate the yeah, it's still in 2D, and I don't know. I don't like it much. But let me ask y'all
Well,
this.
I want to speak to the CGI a little bit, and then one note. Carlin just dropped a little factoid. Ruby came out in 2013. Just a note.
I didn't want to
For the
bring it up. I
listeners.
didn't want to make you feel bad and say that you were wrong.
Nah.
All right.
Well,
so-
the trailers came out in
Edit.
2012 for it.
there you go.
Also,
December
one more note on
2012.
it is that the producer of it, he started off. You can YouTube this. He loved the video game Final Fantasy and the fighting game Dead or Alive,
Yeah.
and he ripped the characters from those games and created his own little mini anime called Dead Fantasy,
Dead
where
Fantasy.
those characters all fight each other, and then
Yep.
that's how he got the gig to do Ruby.
Hmm.
It's amazing when you realize he produced those in like 2006, 2007, 2008.
Those were dope, man.
So that's
and they come one
that's
at a time, and it just start fighting on
Yeah.
platforms and falling
yeah,
off.
yeah. Have you
buildings.
seen it?
Of course, yeah.
Oh man, it's the case. If you haven't seen that, Dead Fantasy, it's
Dead
fantastic.
Fantasy. Look it up, and it's like
Yeah.
there's like 6 of them or something.
Yeah, there's 6. He didn't finish because Monty Ohm, the producer of it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
it.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, yeah. I know what
So
you're
it's
talking
got your favorite characters from like Final Fantasy. It's got all the Final
Uh.
Fantasy 7 characters, and then it's got my Dead or Alive, like Ninja Gaiden characters, all going at each other. And he did 6 of them, and then he got the gig for Ruby at Rooster Teeth. He moved to Austin to do that.
Mhm.
And then, spoiler alert, sad note, he passed
away.
away after the
Passed away.
season 2 of Ruby.
about. Yeah.
He was like 33. And
Okay.
There was like a big
they still
memorial
make
thing
it.
for
but
the
he's
guy.
weird.
Yeah, I remember that.
All right, I was going somewhere else. Oh, CGI in anime.
Yeah, CGI.
So
Go
I
ahead.
actually like CGI in anime so long as it's not in the forefront. Like it's great in the
Oh, okay.
background.
In the
Like,
back,
for
So
cars,
like
for
in the
movement,
background,
shit
we have
like
the
that? Yes.
water moving and it's
Yes,
very
okay.
fluid
Not the
CGI.
characters.
stuff like that helps refine the cleanse of the anime. It's just like very smooth, very cool. I respect that. The first time I ever saw something like that I really respected big time was Blood the Last Vampire. The very first movie.
Yes, Blood. Blood
And
did
there
that
is-
great. They
And
perfected
it was
that.
beautiful. The
Yes.
train
I remember that one.
scene, it was gorgeous. Saya, when the very first time it ever hit an actual, so it'd be Yeah, that one right there.
Do
That's Blood the Last
it's
Vampire.
not.
That one.
It's
Is that
Blood
it?
Plus.
No,
Google
no, no, no,
Blood
no.
Plus.
Blood Plus is the series. This one, Blood the Last Vampire, was a 2002 movie. It was just a single movie and
Mhm.
introduced her in just one scenario only. And she
Gotcha.
was hunting one of the, what do
Yep.
they call them?
Uh, Corruptorins or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, Tropterans, something like that.
Something
Anyways,
like that.
and so yeah, and the animation looked gorgeous. It was all CGI, but it was so refined. It was beautiful, and it was like in a subway scene, and then just like the lights are flickering, and she runs in, and she's like, and she cuts this dude guy. And he's like, I don't know why you're doing that, and then
Fucking
she
there's like
kills
the whole
him,
thing.
and that was that. And supposedly this guy was going to turn into it, and that was like the beginning scene. I was like, oh, that's how you start a movie. I was like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Okay,
And from there,
For-
it picked up. Like everybody was like, "Oh my god, I like this!" And then Blood Plus came around afterwards.
Yeah. It's for warning for the audience. It's dark,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's an awesome story and
it's
it's
dope.
so beautifully animated. It's one of my favorites.
so as opposed to something like Baki on Netflix,
Yeah, Grappler Baki. I really
which is
enjoyed the very first series because it was all actual anime, hand
yeah,
drawn type of stuff, and then they jumped into the cell animation, which I don't mind. It's fine. It's just
no,
and jumping into that, and I'm glad that you tangent into this because you remember Spriggan, right? Spriggan was the tits malits. Like, get the fuck out of here. The top notch. When I was in high school, I was like, man, I want you to
Spraygan.
hire me. Yeah, it's called Spriggan.
How
It,
do you
dude,
spell that?
Spriggan. And this dude was like top notch. So you got a Spriggan, like an ultimate crazy fighter. There you go.
Yeah.
Ultimate crazy elite warrior from every country or some shit like that, right?
Uh huh.
And homeboy in the blue, he's Spriggan France, and he's badass too. Like he's just like he flips around and he has a shotgun. He just fucks people up. It's dope. Anyways, watch that shit because that one's just like blow your goddamn mind. And we're talking about all hand drawn. It's beautiful action, beautiful animation, gorgeous story, and they're like an elite group where they take care of certain artifacts that can change the world. And in that movie, it's Noah's Ark, and they find out that Noah's Ark is a weather manipulator type of shit. It's fucking
Oh
insane.
wow.
And so,
Great
um,
story. That's why I
dude,
love anime.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
they're
dude, for
good.
real. And it's beautiful. And that was like, damn. And that was like 2002 or some shit like that. And that was it. Nobody heard a word of it. But then we got a trailer a couple weeks back. Netflix picking
Really?
it up, but it's all CGI cell animation. And that's why I was
Oh,
like, I'll check it out
dude,
because I love Spriggan and I've been
dude,
waiting since I was a kid. So, but
2001. Spriggan.
2001, oh shit.
Queso.
Yo,
There's a version of the Night Zodiac in
yeah,
CGI
yes,
on
yeah.
Netflix, and it's horrendous.
I know.
It is so
I
fucking
know.
bad.
Oh my god, I
It's so
know.
fucking bad. And I
I
mean,
know.
and
Fuck.
this is something like I grew up, like I said, like the show I used to watch that had, but it was all anime. All these shows from the 80s and early 90s, were on, and it was like, first of all, they were in French. So this is a good segue to what I want to talk about, dub versus sub, because I know that's a big the people that can tolerate dub, like American dub anime. Like they had a Knights on the Zodiac on Toonami for a hot second, and they all had like surfer voices that the characters had not the voices nothing to do with the
Yeah.
characters.
It didn't do with character. Yeah.
Nothing.
It didn't fit. It didn't fit. Yeah.
They give like Ninja Turtle voices to those guys that really tackle like serious shit and
Like
like,
serious
no,
shit,
bro,
yeah.
when we gonna beat them up?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
oh.
You just hit me in the dick, bro.
Yeah, like anything on Netflix when it gets adapted and takes something, it's I'm always cringy. Like they have a Death Note, they have a Bleach.
Oh, the
Um
movie?
yeah, Carlin, I just put a link up there like as an example of the memes people like clown Netflix trying to adapt different anime. Um it's always cringy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, except
Okay.
Castlevania was a good adaptation, I
Well,
think.
That
so
one was
yes,
dope.
but it's
Yeah,
not like there was
that one was
original
dope.
anime.
Yeah,
for that.
exactly.
Yeah, see, you have the manga, the anime, and the Netflix adaptation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. Oh
But
my.
that's kind of how it feels.
No, but you know what? When the Japanese do it, it actually looks pretty cool. Like there was a Japanese Bleach. I don't think they ever did a Dragon Ball one though.
The Bleach
I saw that live action Bleach. That was Netflix.
No, no,
yeah.
Japanese.
No. I mean, Netflix helped
Had it.
bring
It
it
was.
out.
They didn't make it.
Nah. They don't have.
I don't know that Bleach. Okay, if you
No,
like
no.
real action, I'm not gonna judge you.
Like
But I didn't.
a
I mean,
lot
same
of
thing
them-
with Full Metal Alchemist. I was like,
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. And the live action Death Note.
Yeah, live
Did you
action
watch
Death
it?
Note. That was
Yeah.
not
I didn't even
good.
touch it. Like I
Oh,
wanted it
don't.
off.
It
I
was-
wanted it off my list, off my
God, I
feed or
love Death
whatever.
Note. Like top 5 animes. Death Note's in my top 5.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so please
Um,
tell me you've seen Death Note.
yeah, of course. Well, yeah, dude, I've seen all
Oh,
of it.
okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
and
Thank you. You
coming
scared me
to
there.
that, nice segue, because a series that you guys need to watch that really reminded me of Death Note because of the dialogue. I fucking love watching Death Note because dialogue, and they build up so much suspense on something so
Yeah.
simple. And I'm walking towards you, and I'm gonna see you because this is happening, and fuck your mom.
It's
and
such
you're
a
just
crazy
going.
chess
You're just- Yeah,
game.
you're just doing
Yeah,
it.
it's really like mental
So,
chess game.
Yeah,
He's
and
gonna
another
say this, man.
anime to that to add to that is called The Never Promised Land, and it's
Done
on
it.
Netflix.
Done it.
I haven't
Dude,
heard.
it's
I haven't.
Dude,
badass.
hold on.
Never
This-
Promised
some
Land?
mindfuck shit.
It's
I
badass.
didn't even
dude.
watch it. I did not even watch it. I just started reading it, and I couldn't
Oh, yeah,
stop.
okay.
And it's
Yeah.
over, by the way. The manga is over,
Yeah.
and I could not stop reading it. It's one of those like, um,
I have not seen that at all.
I mean,
Dude,
let,
it's
let me,
dope.
let
It's
me
on
tell you the
Netflix,
premise.
man.
Let me tell you the premise.
Okay.
And
Badass.
if that doesn't hook you, nothing will.
No, yeah.
So the premise is these kids, these young kids, are living on this.
It kind of looks like
Uh,
the drawing from Death Note.
Not quite. Well, anyway, and so they're living on this. It's not a farm. It's how do you call it?
Orphanage.
No, yeah, it's an orphanage, and there's a
That's
mom.
a big difference.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
all these.
I mean,
kids,
it's a form of children.
yeah,
I don't know.
the form of children. That's
Wow.
fucked up. Damn, Queso, pretty hardcore there. So, and then there's this character, her name is just Mom, and she takes care of all these kids. So they're all happy, they're growing together, they're taking tests and everything. And every once in a while, they get sent to a family. And this is the first episode, so it's not like I'm spoiling all out because
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
really
It's
crazy. And one kid gets sent. So, and there's the 3 main characters are like the smartest, of course. They're always like they can think like adults and all that stuff, right? And every once in a while, a kid gets sent to a foster family. It turns out they don't get sent to a foster family; they get sent to be fed to monsters.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
the orphanage is not an orphanage; it's a farm.
basically.
So Queso was right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was saying,
no, I
that's-
didn't want
that's
to. I
why
didn't want to
it's
spoil
there.
the farm thing.
Uh,
First. That's why. That's a twist in the very first
fucking-
episode.
But you gotta watch it, like just the build up, the suspense, the way they think, their strategy. Dude,
Yep.
it's
Right.
awesome. It's awesome.
I love
man.
strategy. I love
Yeah.
very cerebral anime. So like Code Geass is that.
Good guesses
Yeah,
like that.
Death
That's
Note.
Yeah.
true. Psychopaths is like that too.
Psychopaths, yes. Fucking
Like you
bad.
don't know which side you're on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they
that's
show you
great.
both sides of the thing. You're like, well, but they make a point because they have to survive, and they have
Exactly,
families
yeah.
too. Yeah, but they gotta be happy too. And you're like, fuck. That's the kind of mental. I love that kind of mental game.
The cerebral, yeah.
And it's not, and again, this is something that you don't see here on that level. I mean, Hollywood is except for like a Memento or one of those like Christopher
Oh, yeah,
Nolan
yeah.
movies,
Jin, you're
you
right.
don't.
Jin on Netflix.
Yes.
Chrome's posted. Yeah.
That's not a CGI one though.
It is.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a cell animation. That actually was not too bad.
It wasn't.
It
I
was
mean,
not
the
too bad.
premise looks dope.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer last night. I was trying to add more to my list, and that was on it. And I'm
Jin
like,
is worth watching.
really?
I haven't seen season 2, but it was good.
But it's a thinker also. It's one of those that builds up suspense and shit like that. Gets that shit
Yep,
going.
that's
Yeah.
it.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, they didn't need to do CGI though, but I'll watch it anyway.
Yeah,
It's a good. It's a good premise. Like the kid is like one of the third one. I can't die or some shit like that. Isn't
Something
that?
like that, in the city or some shit. Yeah.
yeah.
If you're like an immortal, you're all freaked out and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but watch the Never Promised Land.
Okay.
Yes.
It's gonna
that one-
fuck
Add
up
that to
your
my
mind.
list. I haven't seen
It'll
it.
mind
Actually,
fuck you.
I would say read it because usually the manga is more detailed than the anime. The manga version of Death Note is actually better and has a different ending
Oh my god.
Oh.
than
I
the
did not
anime.
know
A
that. So
totally different ending.
I've got a confession. I've never read a manga all the way through. I'm not a big fan of manga.
You don't have to read. That's what it is.
Well, you do have to read. And
No,
there's
you don't like
dialogue.
to read. You know you can.
Well,
You
first
can
of all,
read.
I read a lot. I read
Probably
actual
more than me.
books.
Yeah, well, those are books too. It's just comic
Shit,
ones,
what you
Japanese
can
comic
do,
ones.
what you can do if you ever want is,
What's up?
I know you had asked earlier in your
Mhm.
criteria was recommendations. I mean, there's people on YouTube that say, "I just read it. Do you want to give you the logistics of it and blah blah, and get you like hint points and good little excerpts and pages that look badass?" You can do that too. I mean, if you don't want to read,
I
and shit.
mean,
I would highly recommend to read, but there are
yeah,
people out there that do it for you. So
Well, I don't. I mean, if there's no, I mean, let me rephrase that. If there's an anime, I'd rather watch the anime than
I
the
got you.
manga because I feel like the
Okay.
animes are a little bit more fluid, a little bit more thought out, and
that's
fills in more
true.
blanks a lot of times. If there's just a manga, okay, I haven't encountered many of those because I only mainly watch anime, but that's okay. I'll read it if that's all there is. But if there's an anime, I prefer that.
I got you.
So
I mean,
what's been
there's
happening?
something. Oh, go
So
ahead. I'm sorry.
no, what's been happening a lot that didn't happen before is that they just give you the anime as a teaser so you can keep reading the manga.
Yeah, true.
So like they'll do
Oh, Dead Man Wonderland did that.
yeah, then
Yeah, it was like awesome, right?
and
Go
then
read the
12
book.
episodes.
We're done.
No,
Read.
seriously,
Yeah,
they'll do
yeah,
Vinland
yeah.
Saga is like that too.
Yes,
Vinland Saga
yes.
was like
Vinland
what
Saga
20
too.
something episodes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
if you want to keep going, you gotta watch, you gotta read.
yeah.
Seven Deadly Sins that Netflix picked up.
Oh yeah.
Same thing. But if it gets popular enough, maybe they'll keep going.
Push
But
forward.
for the most part, they stopped after 13 because they want people to go read and buy the
I
magazine
think
and all that.
Bleach did that. They got in bad contracts with all their voice actors, and they continued the anime. Like, I mean, the manga finished the story, but the
Yeah,
anime never did.
The one thing
exactly.
that pissed me off the
And it's
most,
coming back, by the way.
and I
Is
get
it? I didn't
Bleach,
hear
yeah.
that.
oh,
Next year. They're gonna keep going. You're gonna end it.
what you were talking about, Beck, is that yeah, I get it. Sometimes animes they just end it and we're like, hey, go read the book, blah blah blah. The one thing that pissed me the hell off really
Mhm.
badly, Berserk.
I
You
just gave
ended
up.
it, you
Fucking
ended
Berserk, I
it, and that
gave
was it. And then you brought it back. Hell yeah, but you ended it the same thing you did back in the fucking day, and that was it.
Oh, that
Shut up.
pissed me off.
Stop. Just stop.
I
You know
was
what I'm saying?
so
Just stop.
excited. I was so excited when I
I
first
thought they
started
were gonna
reading.
end it or you're gonna carry on with the story because the
I
manga's
couldn't keep
fucking
up.
in. The manga is ridiculous, and I was like, finally, yes. No, they stopped it here. This was it 96, 97 or some shit like that,
Yeah.
98,
The first, yeah.
and then they stopped it. And I was like, fuck, I want to know what else happens. And then Dreamcast made the video game, and you gotta play the video game. And then Netflix was like, hey, guess what? Berserk's back. I was like, hell yeah.
Just three.
I already saw that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I already saw that too. I was like, okay, oh, we just got to endure it again. Cool, no big deal. And then
No,
that was it. They stopped again. And I was like, you fuck. Dude,
and
oh,
it's
I
one of
hated that.
those. It's one of those mangas that like it pops up and you go, I forgot what the story is. I have to, I have
Yeah,
to
It's
go
been so
back.
long.
yeah, because you just like delete it out of your mind because you're so pissed off about it.
But
You know?
most of them have like a frequency, like every week in Shonen Jump. Um, Attack on Titan is once a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I
when
think
it
they're
comes
coming out with
out,
a new
it's like
season, aren't
40.
they?
yeah, the last
What
one.
is it?
The Attack
final
of Titan's about to
season.
come out with the last season.
Right. But it's not the last season because the manga keeps going.
Oh,
It
well.
doesn't end because where the manga at right now, it's way past all that shit. But when it comes out once a month, it's 40 pages.
Mm.
Same with Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super, the anime is done, the manga keeps going, and that comes
Oh
out once a
yeah,
month.
they're up
But
to
like
like
something like Hajime no
extra
Ippo
gods
for
or some shit. Hajime no,
Hajime no
yeah,
Ippo.
They'll cash in eventually
Oh
with the
yeah.
anime.
What?
but yeah,
Yeah,
Hajime no
because
Ippo is badass too, and it's like,
yeah, but there's no frequency. You don't get 3 chapters in one day.
yeah,
I mean, I'm talking about the websites that I go to. I can read manga for free too. I'm not
oh
like
yeah,
I'm not going to the library.
yeah.
So
Oh, I go to the
I'm a
library,
paying
guys.
I'm
I go
a
to the
paying member
library.
of Crunchyroll
so am I
because I'm dedicated like
on
that.
my brother's account.
Okay, I'm on Byron's account, my roommate.
So, a question for you guys: have you guys gotten into any of the Korean mangas that's been like popping lately?
The
I
only
mean, again, I
Korean
don't read
manga-
manga, so that's all queso.
Well, even the anime come out. Like Tower God is one.
Well,
that's
okay, yes.
Tower God is Korean. Noblesse
Oh,
is
I
Korean.
did not even know that.
Yeah, it's based on a Korean webtoon. Um,
Korea's got some good
Manhwa.
shit. I mean, in general as a culture, like I'm okay with that. Like it's about time they popped off.
But here's the difference: the mangas are usually in black and white. Manhwa, I don't know if I pronounced Mahwa. This Korean mangas really, they're all in color.
Yeah.
The
Okay, then you're
drawings
right.
are more
Yeah.
simplistic, except when you talk about God of High School, which is to me on another fucking level. And I've talked about this on the show.
Yeah.
So same thing. God of High School, Crunchyroll took it. Even in the anime, there's like a competition, and it says brought to you by
Wait,
Crunchyroll in the
from
anime.
Manhwa. Gotcha.
Storm Riders.
Or Stone Riders.
It's like in that context. I think it's Korea. I'm not too sure.
Right?
I'm looking it up
Carlin.
myself.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tower
Give a
God,
shout to Carlin.
Noblesse.
Yeah, manhwa. Yeah. Storm Riders is a manhwa.
And so there's a lot more of those getting made and turned into anime. But then again,
Good.
if they do like 13 episodes, and you got to read the thing, because for the most part, it's just like mangas where they go crazy.
Chinese. Ah.
Oh, Storm Riders is Chinese?
Storm Riders. Yeah, I guess it is.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't know about a Chinese manga
It's
though.
dope as hell, though, man. I tell you, it goes fucking.
I'm not that
hard.
curious
You're
about
such a
Chinese
hater.
culture. No, I'm just not like
No,
even
no, you're
Korean
fine.
culture.
Yeah,
Like it's not a.
It's everything, yeah.
'Cause
But
I mean,
Storm
go-
Riders goes hard, dude. Like it's fucking badass. There's like I think the first thing I ever watched was the movie, and
Uh-huh.
you're talking about a dude. He just comes down at you with a sword, and the sword just gets you. You're like, oh my god! And some guy punches you, but he punches 50 fists. You're like, oh my god, dog! And somebody loses an arm, and he gets it back. It was awesome. I don't know.
I love Michael Winslow here. Sound effects. So go back to the dub and sub thing. How do you guys watch it?
Both. It all depends. It all depends. Hold on. It all depends. Sub, sometimes there's just so much heart behind it. And the original Japanese actors, there's so much fucking heart and they love it. Now, dubbed, I learned that sometimes there's more heart on some other things too. Picture this.
Mhm.
Cowboy Bebop. I've seen it in Japanese. There's not that much heart. No offense to whoever actually.
You know,
takes
you
offense
talking
to
about
that.
the voice acting?
Yes, but in English acting, there was a shit ton of heart. Spike Spiegel is top notch. The other characters are top notch. Why?
Yeah.
Because they had voice directors. Homegirl from Xena Warrior, I forgot her name. Actress from Xena Warrior. She's one of the voice actors there too.
Xena the Warrior Princess?
Warrior Princess, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lucy Lawless.
one of the actresses.
Don't ask.
No, it's not her. No, it's some other chick.
The
I think
blonde
it
one?
was like I think it was the sidekick or something like that. She came in and she helped direct and she helped them get to what they needed. And Cowboy Bebop in English is awesome. It's awesome. I love watching it in English. I fucking love it.
Cowboy
And same
Bebop's in my
thing-
top 5.
Yeah, and same thing with Evangelion in English. It sounds fucking dope because they really went that extra mile, you know. But for the most part, a lot of English dubbed animes, they're not that great, man. But
I'd agree. I don't know what
learn.
the pattern is. I agree with you,
Yeah,
Queso. Some of them are great.
I know why.
Yeah.
Let me point this
Sure.
out. If it's rooted in reality and it's just people talking, as soon as you introduce fights like a Naruto or One Piece and you hear Americans grunting, it's painful.
Yeah.
Like
You're probably
Dragon
right
Ball
about
Z,
that.
like Dragon Ball Z fighting, but in Japanese it sounds so much better, and it's a grandma doing
I'm
the
saying
fucking
it's
voice.
hard. They're giving
Sorry,
heart to
I
it.
don't like Goku's voice. I like pretty much everyone else's.
Oh,
In what, in Japanese?
Yeah, the old lady that does Goku.
Yeah, but she does Krillin, she does Gohan,
she does a bunch of characters. And
She
shit,
does. She does.
No, Krillin
So-
is somebody else. Krillin is the One
Homegirl's
Piece-
name is Mary Elizabeth McGlynn.
That's a
From
very American mixed name.
yeah, she's the one that was in Xena that came to help Cowboy Bebop.
Interesting.
Notable roles. Oh, she was an X in Bleach, Wolf's Rain, Metropolis. Oh shit, she was
Oh
in a
wow,
lot.
those are
Goddamn.
some good ones. Wolf's
All
Rain
right.
was good.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. But she's like a staple to bringing the dubbed.
Bringing characters to
Generation.
life.
Yeah,
Oh.
and makes them nice and shit like that. Yeah, but she helped out big time. If it weren't for her, dude, nah, man, the Cowboy Bebop would have been garbage. But she helped out these voice actors. Yo, get into it. I want Spike. I want you to do a chop kick and hit and do all this bullshit. And you know, they did like over and over and over and shit like that. And man, she really gave character to all these guys. It was fucking badass, dude.
What was the first series you watched in sub? Since I mean, your first thing was between. Did you ever go back and watch Ninja Scroll in Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I originally watched it. I don't think there was a dub option in the beginning.
Maybe there is. I think. I mean, we
I
had
mean,
it
there
in
probably is
French.
now. I mean, but I think I'm sure in the beginning I watched it the sub.
What was the first sub you watched? Do you remember?
I mean, all the early anime was all sub. I don't
Oh,
remember a
weird.
lot of dubs in the
I
beginning.
mean, all of ours. I mean, of course, they were dubbed in French. But one of the first one was uh, actually it was Dragon Ball Z for me.
Dragon Ball Z was the first dub I heard. The first anime I heard in English was Dragon Ball Z for sure.
But I think I don't know. I just think I mean, it's a big business to be a voice actor in
It
Japanese
is,
because you
yeah.
recognize. I always like I hear somebody like, oh, that sounds like that character from another anime, and I go
Yeah.
online. There's a website called
Sure
Behind the
enough.
Voice Actor or something like that, where you can see, okay, this guy he did all these characters and all these animes,
Yep.
and there's a thing they do in Japan called a seiyu, where um, they actually film a recording session of the voice actors recording session. And so the way that I've seen it was so they're all in a little last room. There's only one microphone. They're all in the last room. They're showing the anime, and then they just huddle up and then start and do the lines. And they have full on shows where they show up and
Yeah.
they like on TV shows and they're like, oh, and there's kids in the audience, hey,
Interesting.
do that line from Luffy,
Yeah.
do that line from whatever, just like you'd ask Schwarzenegger to go get in the chopper, like kind of shit. And I didn't know it was that big of a deal there,
I didn't know that either.
and for that alone, I'm like, these guys are. I mean that grandma that's been doing Goku's voice since the 80s. If tomorrow she's gone, like, how do you replace somebody like that? Because
Right.
people know her face.
Yep.
And
know,
see, like,
Simpsons had that problem. As people,
uh
it's so long, people started dying.
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
also you don't necessarily associate like the voice actors from American cartoons. You don't really see in everyday, not everyday life, like on TV a whole lot.
well, see,
But over there, they do. Like they're
yeah,
superstars.
they're
Right.
superstars. Yeah, see over here, like you said, if you're a voice actor, sometimes every now and then you get like a live action role every now and then.
Yeah.
One guy though that I think is iconic, and I fucking adore this man, and if I ever meet him, I want him to have my child. Um,
Okay.
the Asian dude, Black Ranger, Johnny Young Bosch. He's the
Black
voice
Ranger,
of
Black Power Ranger.
yeah. No. He was the Asian Black Ranger. He was the frog in the Ninjetti series. So he is a huge staple in the anime voice actors genre.
Uh-huh.
He did Code Geass. He did Bleach. He's Vash the Stampede and Trigun.
Oh,
Yes,
that's a big
and
role.
he's huge. He's fucking enormous. But he mostly does a lot of voice acting. You know what I'm saying? And it's for animes and stuff like that. And he just honed that, craft, and he's fucking phenomenal. But he started off as a Power Ranger, and then now
Wow,
loves him
that's
as
dope.
anime.
But
Yeah,
that's rare. But that's wow. I didn't know that.
yeah. Oh, look.
Did not know
Yeah,
that.
there he
That
is.
guy,
Yep,
There he is.
yep. He
Johnny
did a
Young
shit
Rush.
ton, bro. A shit ton, man. He's
Damn. Oh,
phenomenal.
he's Ichigo. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Okay,
He's
you can't.
phenomenal, bro.
Huh.
Hmm.
That is dope. But see what and you guys know this about me. I I've I've been able to pick up Japanese just from watching sub.
Oh, for real.
Seriously,
I
like,
have
Well,
like
any
3
true anime
words.
fan tries to learn Japanese a little bit.
well, yes, but I mean, it get to a point where I can watch without subtitles and I know what's happening. Like if I step away,
Baka.
yeah, okay. But that's the thing. It's the same expressions
Daijobu.
that come back over and over again.
You do, yeah. You get to know it.
Sama.
I agree.
Animonada. And and I've grown my vocabulary, my Japanese vocabulary just by watching. And so I just love
I say nay at the end of some questions. Blah blah blah. Nay.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Continue.
or ka, you can add ka also.
Yeah, got.
Nandesu ka, nandesu ne. Same thing. Dude,
Hentai.
I have Japan on my bucket list for real. Like I want to go there
Oh
so
yeah,
bad.
dude, big fan.
I
Yeah.
would fucking love it. I would fucking
Most
love it.
definitely. Hmm.
So Oh, about the one now with 30, whatever.
I have an anime I
let's
want to talk about real quick,
go ahead.
but I've gotta do an intro into it.
What, are you gonna sing the song?
Oh,
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He
Okay,
had
he
one
just
too
left.
many whiskey and cokes, bro.
Yeah, what is it? I hope he's gonna sing the song or some shit because it's an audio podcast, Miko.
Oh, swing,
Is
swing,
that a
swing,
lightsaber?
swing.
Oh, he's got a lightsaber.
Yeah, Samurai X or what? Did
No,
he do?
there's Star Wars, probably a Star Wars anime coming out or some shit. I mean,
so
Ah,
Clone Wars.
okay.
wait,
Have
Clone
y'all
Wars
heard of
is
that?
Genny Tartakovsky.
Huh?
When Clone Wars started, it was Genny Tartakovsky, the guy who did Dexter's Lab,
Dexter's Lab,
Oh
and
yeah,
Samurai
so
the
Jack.
first movie of Clone Wars. Yeah.
yeah, so there's an anime version of it.
Wait, what? Yeah.
There's an
Well,
anime of
there was a Clone Wars movie that the Dexter's Laboratory guy did,
yes.
and then after that, they made a series that was based on the movie, and then took it further past that. And it's a 7-season. I would call it an anime. It's less of a cartoon. It's a serial story arc, everything
Hmm.
that takes place between. Thank you, Carla. Yep, that's my girl, Ahsoka. We'll get to that in a second.
But this is all CGI shit.
I mean,
I mean,
okay, hater.
this is like Pixar. This is like Pixar doing Star Wars. I mean, what are you?
Well, yes, but again, so you may be worried more about the medium. I would still include CGI as an anime because it's a story that they're telling, and you don't have real live action people doing it.
All right, Cars 1,
And
Cars 2, Cars 3. It's a great.
yeah, so the Clone Wars takes place between episode 2 and 3 of the second trilogy.
Uh-huh.
Introduces a new character, Ahsoka, and it talks about Anakin before he became Darth Vader. And then they did Rebels, and they did a bunch of. Star Wars has been able to expand their story by doing these animated series, and I
Right.
think it's the actual animated series I think are better than some of the actual Star Wars movies. And the guy who did the series is one of the co-creators of The Mandalorian, which everybody loves.
El Mandolario.
Which I haven't
Yes,
watched yet.
as they say on the southern border.
Right, El Mandolario.
On the border where Queso grew up and pirated TV so he can watch anime.
I hooked up the
Yeah,
cable
so
for my
I just wanna-
neighbors and shit.
I just want to give a shout out to that. It's a really good series, but I think a lot of Star Wars fans don't even fuck with it because it's not real life action, right?
Yeah.
There's such
It's
in America
close
there's such a
enough.
negative
Yeah,
stigma.
she's in the Mandolario.
Yes, in the latest episode, I didn't want to spoil it,
Oh man,
but by the way,
everybody
my
knows.
shirt
It's on Facebook, homie.
That's her.
is
That's
my girl
Asuka.
Ahsoka,
Asuka.
Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoquita.
She is a like a Japanese samurai ninja crossover version of a
She's a alien badass, a female badass
Star
alien.
Wars. Well, the way they shoot her, they use a lot of scenes and footage, like give nods to it, from old Japanese and kung fu flicks.
Hmm.
And so like, there's a shout out to Kill Bill and Lady Snowblood, which are old school Japanese flicks.
Uh-huh.
And that's the way they develop her character in it. I mean, so there's a lot of nods back to that kind of culture, Japanese culture. But again, it started off as an anime. Now it's a real life action. But I just want to give everyone that's listening a big nod to that. Definitely check out Clone Wars if you like Star Wars. And it just brings a bigger topic to us in our conversation
Mhm.
that there's just a negative connotation in America, at least. I don't know about Europe. Back, you can speak to that. There's a negative connotation to adults watching anything animated. Right. If you
It's
look
a
at your
bad thing, like
primetime
you being a
shows in
kid.
Japan, Bleach and Naruto come on at like 7, 8 o'clock there.
Right.
In America, if you're gonna watch a cartoon like that, it'll come on Saturday morning or in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
The only primetime animated shows are comedies: Family Guy, Simpsons,
Yep.
American Dad, but they're all comedies. You don't have an actual action serial episode arc
Like
story
story
in
arc, yeah.
prime time. We
Mm.
just it won't work. There's just the negative connotation. It's
We don't have the time. We don't have the attention span. We want one story to end, close, next one.
Right.
That's not true. Real live action shows. I mean, there's all kinds of American dramas out there.
Yeah, but in the animated form, it's like it's got to have a beginning and an end, and the sooner it comes, the better, so you can make another story.
Sidetrack from live action form. Supernatural, they have a whole season of just nothing but pure anime. It's a
I
full
did not
anime
know
series.
that.
Yeah,
When does it take
100%
place in the
full
Supernatural?
anime
When does it
series.
take place
I think
in
it's
the
like
art?
in between of season like 4 or 5. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. All I know is I saw it, and I think
Colin, if you can look that up.
yeah, look that shit up. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, the
Oh, there it
Supernatural,
is.
100% anime series.
Yo, I did not know
And
that.
I think it's either Jared or Jensen. I think it was Jared Padalecki. It was the one that came back
I
to
mean, they're
do the
gonna.
voice. But yeah, so there was an actual anime spinoff to that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I did not know
And
that. I'm gonna check
I
that
mean,
out.
that's how creative these.
2011.
They can just take something, either come up with some crazy story, like we mentioned Death Note, we mentioned the Promised Neverland, and then take something, a show, and be like, yeah, we're gonna animate it. It's gonna look probably better than the actual show. Shit.
uh,
Yeah, it is it? Yes, no.
nah, I'm just trying to listen to what you said.
I like it. I mean, Supernatural. That's cool. They did it. I mean, Supernatural
Uh,
is a unique show in the
uh,
sense that they break the fourth wall a bit. They make fun of themselves.
uh,
I mean, it's just a very unique show. It's I could see them coming out with an anime. Like they seem versatile enough to do that.
yeah, yeah.
I think more shows should do that. You know, I love consuming a story because again, I love stories.
Yeah, that's stories.
I love consuming them on multiple medias.
Yeah, they went to Scooby Doo one episode too. They went into the TV.
Oh, what?
Why
Yeah, yeah.
not?
I did not know
I
that.
think it was
That's
like season
awesome.
12 or 13.
Carlin, good find.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Something happened. Like I think one of their TVs got possessed or some bullshit. They're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and poosh, they get in. But when they get into the episode, into the cartoon, uh, I think Shaggy actually fucking dies. Like dies. Like
What?
one of the characters dies, and they're like, "Oh my god, he's dead!" And
Zoinks!
the both brothers are like, "Nah, he's okay." And they're like, "Oh shit!" You know? That shit was funny. Yeah, that was a good episode. I remember that shit.
So I
That's
gotta
good.
do
I
my,
like to see more crossovers like that. I like the different mediums, but you just don't see that very often. I'll just make a note that again, story. Final Fantasy, the video game series,
uh-huh. Is the anime
had
one?
in their last installment, Final Fantasy 15. They
Mhm.
came out with a movie, an animated
Yeah.
movie
Mhm.
that
It looked
helped tell the
badass.
story of the game.
Yeah, it looked
And
badass.
and yeah, the movie was actually better. Was the best thing they came out with, even better than the game, I'd say.
There is Final Fantasy 7 too. When that
Well,
one
no.
came out, I was
That's
a
a
kid.
whole other story.
Okay.
But for 15 and its world,
Okay,
I
got
felt
you.
Yeah.
the anime movie was the best part of 15's world.
Oh, I feel you. Okay.
And
Yeah,
then the game, and then Final Fantasy 15 also had an anime as well.
Mhm.
And so each medium told a different story,
Okay.
and it was best to watch them all so you had the complete view of what was
So
happening.
you need. Oh, I think I see what you're talking about. Like they use the CGI movie to get you into the game, do the
Right.
game, and then come into the anime.
Yeah,
I
and
got
then
you.
the
Okay,
anime
okay.
supported parts of the game in the middle. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
Okay.
That's interesting.
I like that they call that it's like a
Propaganda.
multimedia experience or propaganda. That's not what I was looking for.
They call it gotcha,
Marketing.
bitch.
But
call
I
it
think
good
it's cool to
marketing.
tell stories in multiple mediums, and I would like to see anime used more often because you can do with more of the anime. It takes if you have a show like Supernatural where you have a lot of special effects are needed, that's very expensive, and it takes a lot more to do. Just animate that side. Hey, just like they did with Scooby Doo, like do an episode that's animated or part of one,
Mhm.
and then come back to real live action.
Have you seen
I
the
would love
Batman?
to see more of that, and us as Americans to get past that negative connotation of animation.
Have you seen the Batman one? The Batman that
Yeah,
takes
the
place
anime one.
in
Which
feudal
one? There's a
Japan.
lot of animated Batmans.
It was
No. This one is actually it was Japanese, and they go back in time in like some like feudal Japan,
time
and they're all
travel?
samurais. Yeah, they're all like samurais.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one. I know what you're talking about though. Yeah.
I
Batman Ninja.
like,
Yeah,
Batman Ninja. It was
I didn't
interesting,
watch it because it just seemed cheesy.
but you know what? I love the Joker's voice in Japanese sounded dope as fuck. It was actually
yes,
very. It was
yeah.
if you take the Mark
Is
Hamill.
it your favorite Joker?
No,
Okay,
if you
Huh?
take Mark Hamill's Joker
that
and you
looks
you
good
translate in
animation.
Japanese, that's the voice
Okay.
that gave the Japanese Joker. Yeah,
It
Batman Ninja.
was Yeah,
That
it
looks
was a
like good
little.
animation, but I just don't like the premise.
It was.
Don't worry about the
No,
premise.
it
Just
started
watch the
off good,
animation.
and then all of a sudden you're like, ah, man, come on.
Yeah, seriously.
You're
Like
like,
there's a
wow.
couple moments you're like,
Mm,
that was not
yeah.
necessary. I did not need
And
that.
see,
And they're
so
all
that's
ninjas.
also a good tangent on side of that was us talking about it turning into CGI, cell animation, and so forth and so forth.
Uh-huh.
That one was all pure like CGI cell animation type of stuff too, and it looked all right. I didn't mind it. Just the story kind of falls off. What I do miss, once again, coming all the way back, was the old ones where each is like hand drawn type of stuff. Like I think one of
The
my
WB Batman?
the what
The animated series Batman? Is that what you're talking about?
that yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And coming back to that because that was so risque at the time. There's an
Mhm.
actual there is a YouTube documentary of that actual series. It
Hmm.
was so risque.
Really?
It was a big risk that they were doing because they were like, you can't do this, you can't do that.
It
No
was kind of
shots.
dark
It was
for
very
for a
dark.
kid
Yeah,
cartoon.
All
exactly.
the shoulders were like
Yeah, and so they were so like iffy about it, and they're like, I don't know if you can do this, and then blah blah. And the production company was like, you know what, do what you want, just no
Fuck it.
blood, do what you want, and they did it, and it was awesome.
It was the
DC
best. It was
right
the
now
best
is
Batman.
like, yeah, DC right now animation is like top notch on the stories and the gore and the violence, and no offense to the Marvel fans because I so am I. I'm a fan of all comic books, but when it comes to the cartoons, dude, DC is top notch, bro.
DC
They're
kind of kills
awesome.
it. Yeah.
They're killing it, man. And
Honestly, Marvel doesn't do as well on the animated side.
Wait, you mean on the cartoon side?
cartoons are
I thought okay. The movies is the other way around.
The
well,
movies are
I'm not
the other
gonna.
way around.
We're not gonna
we're
get
not even
into
getting into
that.
that.
DC versus Marvel.
Getting
Shit.
into
This is not that show.
It's not that
Right,
show.
yeah.
We could later, but we're not gonna.
Conspiracy theories, bro. But coming back to it was just there was so big homage to hand
Spider Verse was
stuff.
dope. Go on.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that was
Oh,
beautiful.
okay. Yes.
That
That was gorgeous.
great.
But see, but they did a mixture of like three to four forms of animation. They did comic book, they did CGI selling, they did actual hand drawn and 3D or something like that. It was like layers over layers over layers. Like it was nuts, and that's why it won so many awards. It was phenomenal. It just did beautiful. But they reinvented how it should look.
I want to see.
So they're
Yeah, I
doing
want
that.
to see more of those.
It
I'd
was
rather see those
gorgeous.
than live actions. Really,
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
way
But yeah,
better.
and then coming back like the old ones, the old animes like fucking what Venus Wars. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. Or
Venus Wars.
Venus Wars, yeah, dude, it was dope. Oh my god, it was just everybody's on Venus now, and the planet was
Also,
always like civil war type of shit, and there was races. Yeah, dude, there was
Huh.
like
I'm not familiar.
one motorcycle wheel races, and
What's
people
happening
were
to that girl on
dying.
the top left? Don't worry.
Oh, she's a reporter, and dude, like the
It doesn't
movie,
look good.
it just
Yeah, right.
flows like crazy.
Does not
Oh,
look
that.
good. Yeah, she's screaming. She's on her knees,
Nah.
and there's
And
a guy
so
coming behind her. So
it was stuff
you
like
do the
that
math.
that really engaged me, and that's why I like the Akiras and stuff like that. Mamoru Oshii, that dude did like Ghost in the Shell, Pat Labor.
We haven't
you
even
know,
mentioned
yeah.
Ghost in the Shell, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
yeah, stuff like that. That old directors came around and did the beautiful thing, and then from there. If you want to truly make an anime into a live action, which we also talked about not too long ago, is bring the original creator and put him on set, bro. Ghost in the Shell live action, I thought was dope. It was
wait, the
there were
one with
some with
the
Scarlett
Scarlett.
Johansson.
Star
Yeah,
Johansson? No, I didn't
there
watch
were
it.
some scenes. I was like, oh shit, that's verbatim to the anime, and I was like, you did it, like you made it. You know what I'm saying? You did it live action. So it's stuff like that, man. But you got to bring back who really put it together as
You
an
have to bring back
animator.
the creative directors that,
Yeah,
that wrote the
you have to.
story.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
When you divert off of that, then you're just like, you just make whatever you can. Death Note.
Yeah, you remember when they did Dragon Ball
Death Note.
Yeah. Oh my
Dragon Ball
God, the
GT?
evolution.
Evolution of what?
Dragon Ball Evolution. That was the name of the movie. The Kaka
Oh
Pee Pee one.
no!
Oh God, that was terrible.
The live action. Yeah, the Kaka Pee Pee one. Yeah.
I do not want to.
Don't. It's not worth your hour and a half of life.
I'm not even going to touch that shit.
I just want to do a quick tangential of Ghost in the Shell. to anybody watching that plays video games, similar to that realm and that homage of era. Cyberpunk the video game comes out supposedly in a week.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Supposedly,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
how long gonna delay this? I'm
My
not gonna
boy
do it
Keanu.
because it's first person, and I like first person. I was hoping they're gonna do third person, and everybody, and like, no, we want to be more immersive. I'm like, fuck you, just add the option. If you want to be immersive. But it first person stuff, it looks dope. But
That game looks amazing.
Um, but
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is in it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and that's it. That's good. But Carlin was saying that, and he's right. Netflix was trying to push forward, and I think it was a Netflix.
Oh yeah, that Avatar.
backing
Yeah.
to bring in actual live action Avatar, Last Airbender type of stuff. And yeah, you're right. I mean, beautiful things kind of like fall away because sometimes it's just too old, or it's just you're trying to grasp on people that already went off to different projects and shit like that, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work, man. So,
Avatar
was
Avatar
the-
died because the original creator of it dropped out of the show, and they
Mhm.
try to keep doing it, but I mean that was a great Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I call that an anime, or as some people say, a Western anime, a waname.
That's
Like, that was
Whamame.
I
really-
like that, dude.
I never heard that.
Even the Korra
Yeah.
saga, I thought that was dope too.
Korra, I thought Korra
I-
I actually thought was great.
Yeah, well, what
it,
I like
it was very complex.
yeah,
I
Very
need to
what I
start
like
that.
what I like to see is like
I need to start
after
Airbender.
the fact there's like a generation after that is doing awesome too. If they got their own adventures and shit like that.
Yeah.
But you have the homage of the old ones. You're like, I remember that dude. He's
right.
back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Uncle, you're back. Oh my God. What else do you have to say? You know what I mean? So I fucking love that shit. Yeah.
I gotta do my. Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours.
We're at an hour
That's
and a
a-
half. Yeah.
That's all right. I want to do so. I will watch Ruby.
Thank
I don't know
you.
anything today. I promise
If
you. I'm
you
gonna
don't
watch
get
an
past
episode.
season 3, I'll forgive you, but watch up to season 3. It'll take you
Ooh,
How many
um,
episodes per
3,
season?
4 hours. It's not even that much.
it's not that bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they're short. They're short.
The
episodes.
first
Are they like
3
18?
seasons, the
Yeah.
episodes are like 5 minutes, and there's
Yeah.
occasionally
They're short.
a 10 to 15-minute episode.
They're real
So
short.
like,
Yeah.
Oh,
you get to
okay.
the first 3, will take you 4
Yeah,
hours
it's- yeah.
I
tops.
can knock it
Uh-huh.
out.
Beck, I'm very sorry to cut you off. But this is now my fucking show, you son of a bitch. I'm the captain now.
I'm gonna mute your ass real quick. Hold on. You're about to say what?
No, it's like, gory, messed up anime. Because we said that anime goes all,
The
platforms.
goriest you've ever
The
seen?
gory, messed up, most like what the fuck anime I've ever seen type of shit.
You got one?
Yeah, well, Elfin lied, number one.
Oh god, that is
Like,
that is
dude,
gory. There's
like-
a child rape scene.
Dude, it's fucked
Damn.
up. You got invisible hands that just chop off motherfuckers like in split seconds. It's weird.
It's good though, but
Yeah,
it's
dude, it's
you
messed
need to be
up.
18 or older.
Dude, legit, it's messed up. It's
I've heard of it, but
badass.
I never got into it.
It's
honestly.
good.
it's
It's
badass,
I would recommend. It's worth
Yeah.
watching. Me and Queso both recommend, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
And
the.
then
Oh, go ahead. Get another one.
I only saw it once, and I'm still fucking confused. But I've only seen it as the movie. It's called Gaio. Gaio. Tokyo Fish Attack.
Tokyo
and-
Fish Attack.
Yeah.
Is that like a
there has-
horror thing?
Yeah, you have to pull up like a split second of a snippet of this show because there's a shark. It's got weird like legs. It eats people and what the fuck? And all of a sudden, the people are doing it too. There's a smell. I don't understand. It's the most messed up thing I've ever seen, and I'm so
I don't
confused.
know that one.
But
That's a lot
even
of disparate
then-
descriptions.
yeah, and then outside of that, like
that
yeah,
looks
people
recent.
people are being attacked by fucking fish and sharks and
Is
weird
this
shit.
is this an animated version of Sharknado?
I don't know what to
It looks
say. I don't know what to
weird.
call it because
But it
it's,
looks
it gets,
recent though.
but it gets even worse. It gets even worse because it's not only the fish that get infected like that. All of a sudden, the fish no longer get infected. It's the humans, and all of a sudden, the humans get bloated and fat and nasty, and there's tentacles inside of their faces, and they're crawling around, and they're just farting, they're doing this crazy shit. Dude, it's weird. It's weird, and I don't know why, but there's a threesome.
I don't know why, but that's a
In the
threesome.
midst of all of it, you're just like, what? That's not needed.
Oh.
But then I've been reading, blogs and other YouTube comments, but it diverted 100% away from the manga, and this movie went some weird ass direction. And
What? It's a movie or it's a series?
it's just one movie. It's just one movie,
Oh,
and
one movie.
I think YouTube has it actually.
I'll find it
And
somehow.
dude, it's
Geo,
Geo GYO. Uh, uh, um,
2012.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm
it's
curious as we start to close out here. Back, I just throw something out for everyone as we close out. I'm curious what everyone's like top 5 anime are.
Oh man, this is stuff.
I mean, obviously
No,
you're
no,
not
okay.
going to get it right because
And
it
we're gonna have a
changes
lot
every
in common.
day.
I think we're gonna have a lot of them in common.
Sure.
I don't
Uh,
know.
Well,
That
I know
threesome.
Death Note is up there for all,
So
That
all
Death
three
Note
of
is
us.
probably
threesome.
everyone in
Right?
everyone. I'm a Code Geass fan. Like I like Death Note and Code Geass are my top 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw Ruby in there because y'all clearly I'm a fan.
Uh-huh.
Now that 5th spot though, man, that's tough. Who do I put in there? I'm gonna pass.
Naruto, Bleach,
I
Full
mean,
Metal
I
Alchemist
really like
Brotherhood,
I really like Naruto, but it's so commercial. I don't want to put it in
Hunter
there.
versus Hunter, Hunter x Hunter.
You know what? I tried that series, bro. I
People,
think I had to skip like 2, 3 seasons before I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, it
I
gets
don't know,
the
like,
thing is the seasons got nothing to do with each other, and
I
it's weird.
Yes.
The best season is the last one
gotcha.
with the insects and shit.
Yeah, with the
That is
ants,
that is
all that
yeah
motherfuckers.
that is the
Yeah,
most compelling arc. The tournament, every anime has a fucking tournament.
yeah,
So it's like there's a class here and another class here, and they got to get together because there's this Naruto's like that. My
Yeah.
Hero Academia is like that.
It's a
Uh,
Japanese trope of a
Black
tournament.
Clover is
yeah.
the same shit.
Clover, yeah, we didn't talk Black Clover.
It's the same shit. It's like
I will add Naruto. I'm gonna go and put Naruto in my top 5 just because I do watch it, and if I take out all the filler and distill it to the good episodes, it's a really good anime. But you have to take out a lot of shit for it to be good. So,
Yeah, true.
in no particular order, top 5: Code Geass, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, Ruby, Naruto for me.
All right,
okay.
Pat.
All right,
Bobby?
next person.
I can go.
Okay, go for you.
I think I can go. Death Note up there. That's the same thing. No order. Death Note. I gotta put One Piece because you know you're
I've
laughing.
been
You got your
back
Ruby
just
shit.
for everyone to know. I've been trying to get back to watch Ruby. He's been trying to get me to watch One Piece.
Okay, so you watch One Piece, right?
Yeah.
I know you do. I'm rocking my Zoro shirt right now. Zoro no
Ah,
and yeah, One Piece is the only. It's one of the longest running, and the universe is still not done. Like
1,000+ episodes, man.
and they
Fuck.
close they close Naruto, they close Bleach, they close Promised Neverland. They also close what's the one with the Demon Slayer. They
Demon
closed that
Slayer
one.
isn't closed.
Yeah, it's over. The manga is over.
Oh, the manga's over. Okay.
Yeah, the manga's over. But One Piece is still going because there's still so many unanswered questions, and he can't stop until he answers all of them because he drops clues here and there, and you're like, oh, that's how this guy is related to this character, and blah blah blah. So yeah, Death Note, One
Wrap
Piece.
it up, B. Wrap it up.
All right, shut up.
No, I meant
I
One
gotta
Piece.
No,
put.
you're good.
I
One
gotta
Piece
put
needs
Dragon
to-
Ball Z because it's
an
because of
OG.
the influence it had on me.
Yeah.
And then fuck, I forgot my other two. Shit, I'm failing. I got so many in my head. Space Adventure Cobra.
Oh.
Space Adventure Cobra, and that's an 80s.
That's the 80s. That's back.
anime.
Yeah, that's pretty bold of you to bust out in the 80s. Yeah.
And they actually remade them in early 2000s.
I didn't see that.
New stories and everything.
Oh.
So Space Adventure Cobra. No, I'll just leave it. The other ones are kind of like on the same level to me. If I come up with a fifth one, I'll tell you. But Queso, go ahead.
Okay, so the most recent that I've seen that I think, man, I really hope they have season 2, 3, and on. It was on Netflix, but Netflix busted it out, of course. It's called The Beginning. It's
Is it R the
fucking-
beginning?
No.
There's no
Beck, I
letter.
feel like you
But
told me to watch
looks like
that. You
it
haven't
looks like
seen that?
it looks like an art thing. Like there's like hashes or some shit like.
Yeah.
There's a specific sign that this guy does every time something happens. It's called the
That's right.
beginning. It's
B
beautiful. It
B
reminds me.
B at the beginning.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, I
and
watched
so
that.
what it reminds me of is like Psychopaths and
Yep.
fucking
Interesting.
just intense fighting sequences, and it just looks gorgeous. Like the way they draw it is beautiful. So the beginning, that would be something recent to me. That's awesome, and I always recommend that shit. Nobody's like, no,
No, I've seen
I'll
it.
check it
I
out.
give
no,
it a-
I got you. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about like my other friends. Like, oh well,
No, I've seen it, man.
if I have
I
time,
promise
if I
you.
have time, and I was like, dope.
But it's
Now
a
listen to
Netflix.
Beck.
But
He still hasn't
hold
seen
on.
Ruby.
Right?
It's a Netflix produced thing though. There was no manga for this, right?
No, there's no manga. Well, I don't know. Actually, I do not know about that.
Netflix
I
has some
cannot quote you on
originals.
Yeah, Netflix has some original shit
Okay.
they do. So I don't know if there was the manga. I never heard of a manga named The Beginning.
It was fucking beautiful.
So that.
Gunsmith Cats. I fucking love Gunsmith Cats.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's
Props.
a 3-part little itty bitty series. Of course, the manga keeps on going, but awesome. Just animated beautifully, especially because they have a fucking Mustang Cobra in there. It looks gorgeous, and it's all hand drawn too. You have these car chase scenes. You're just like, oh my god, you did that with your hands, bro. Shit, you have arthritis.
Uh-huh.
Of course, Spriggan, hands
mentioned,
down.
yep.
Spriggan.
Okay.
Project Echo. I don't know if you guys remember that shit. Project
Project
Echo.
Echo. No.
There is 3
Project Echo.
Echo A-K-O. Project
No, I don't
Echo.
know that one.
It's
No.
one superhuman chick. She's a schoolgirl and she runs super fast. She just breaks through everything, and she's late for school, so she breaks through her entire neighborhood just to get to school on time. And she fights a there you go.
Whoa,
Dude,
it's old school.
oh,
Right, that
man.
is old school. That's 80s.
Dude.
That's straight up like that
Oh.
kind of drawing is straight 80s.
Hands down, just
With
top
big
the
hair.
notch.
Big
I
hair,
watched
yeah.
that to this day, bro. Project Echo. What is that? Say, was the beginning? Gustavus Cats, Spriggan, Project Echo. My
One more.
favorite Gundam series ever, hands down, Gundam 0080. Because
Why that one?
it tells a story of the bad guys, that the people that are hiding.
Is it from their
Gundam-
perspective?
Yeah, it's their perspective, and I love that. And there's this little kid. Yeah, and the animation, dude, like the way they move the robots.
Oh, I like
they
the dude with the jeans and the jacket. Like that
They
looks
look
like a
they
cool
look all
little-
clunky.
Click on that
like-
one, the one with the red jacket. Interesting.
Oh, that's a like a fan art thing, but
Oh, it looks
Oh.
good.
no, that's fine.
Oh,
That's
look
fine. But the
That
thing
still
is,
looks good right there. Yeah.
yeah,
The
like,
DVD.
dude, just the fight scenes are beautiful. Like the robots, they get all clunky. They're falling, and you see how heavy they are, and they're just like pow, hitting and hitting. Gundam Unicorn brought that back. The beautiful just like aesthetics of a big ass robot just and just
mechs,
fighting
yeah.
you and shit like that. Evangelion had that too, and that was beautiful. But Gundam 0080 was before Evangelion, of course, and Evangelion would be. It's still my tops, but I don't put
I'm
that in there
surprised
because
none of us
everybody.
named Evangelion.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I liked
everybody
it.
knows.
I liked
but
it, but it's not-
everybody knows that. So, but Gundam 0080, bro, man, get down, watch that series. At the very end, you're just gonna get all heartbroken and shit. It's fucking awesome.
There's a
Awesome.
guy who does. I don't know if you've seen these videos on YouTube. These guys that do like previews of the anime season on YouTube, and there's a new Evangelion coming out next year.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the fourth
heard that.
installment. So there's supposed to be 4 movies. There's 1 point, and there's 2 point, there's 3 point, there's supposed to be 4 point. But 1.11 was like the refined 2.22, 3.33. There's different stories for it. But what they ended up doing, so they ended the series, right? The
Mhm.
manga kept on going, no big deal. Excuse me, no big deal. I'm gonna offend people when I say that. No big deal. No. It's a good deal, but series, the very the 90s, the 2000 series, awesome, and ended on a bad note. Everybody hated the ending, so that they made 2 last movies for it: The End of Evangelion and Death and Rebirth, I think it was called, another one. So it's just to finalize it and tell the fans, here,
Close
it
out the
finished.
story.
It finished, yes. And then after that ended, a series called Razefon came out, which is pretty similar to it, but it had more vibrant colors, more white colors.
Is it the
and
same world?
It's kind of the same story, not the same world. Kind of the same
Interesting.
story, But yeah, it's kind of the same story. Dude. It's called Rosefon, which is beautiful too. You got to watch that shit. It's fucking phenomenal. And then many years later, they were like, hey, you know what? Let's come back to the fans. Let's make them 4 movies. But each movie, shut the fuck up. Each movie, the first one came out, you had to wait like 3 to 4 years for the second. The next one came out, you had to wait like 4 or 5 years for the next one.
Wow.
The fourth one, I've been waiting. I think it's about 3, almost 4 years now for the fourth one that I've been waiting. And you're just like, and it's still confusing. You're still like,
You're not making a good
what?
argument for it.
No,
right.
it's beautiful to watch. It's nostalgic. It's beautiful to watch, but you're still confused. You're just like, all right, I'm still gonna check you out. But they brought back the original voice actors from the first series, so that was awesome. And they have so much experience now that watching it in English dub is awesome, dude. It's very good.
Do you have a favorite genre? You know, like sports anime versus mecha, which is all the robot stuff. You know, versus shonen, which is the most popular one, versus more like what they call seinen, which is
Mhm.
like for older folks. Like Cowboy Bebop is seinen, Death Note is seinen. Is that like, do you have a favorite genre of manga, or you kind of
There's
like
a
whatever?
there's a weird thing that you say that, and I'm so glad that you bring that up because Senden, yeah, it always portrays the more adult people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There is versions of that, but sci-fi slash action also. There's a movie called Erosion Z, and it's from a homie that did Akira.
Uh-huh.
And so Erosion Z, what it is, it's a home health nurse, and she's trying to take care of this old man, and he had lost his wife, and he's bedridden. Well, all of a sudden, this company comes in and is like, we know how to fix it. We know how to take care of the old people without you youngers to take care of them and blah, blah, blah. So he makes this robot that he lays down in. It bathes him, gives him food, all this bullshit. Well, all of a sudden, his wife's spirit infects the computer, and all of a sudden he gets up, starts wreaking havoc, starts getting pieces onto him. It's badass, but it's catered to like teenagers, to adults, to people in the home health and nurse community. Like it's awesome. It's called Erosion Z, and damn it, I hate the fact that we only have 5 to our favorites. Anyways,
Yeah, you're at 7 or 8 right
You're
now.
right.
Hey, look,
Yeah, dude, I'm up
if you
there.
hear Queso doing the sound effects, you know it's something dope he's talking about.
It
That's
is.
like, you know.
But yeah, Erosion Z, and it's on YouTube actually. I was watching it the other day, and dude, it's great. It's beautiful. You feel it. Like a lot of people out there, especially now in this time of the COVID situation, there's a lot of nurses and doctors are trying to help as many people as possible. And just
Mhm.
a fun anime that does this and does sci-fi, comedy, and adult theme, and it's just like, oh shit, that's badass. It's got aspects of Akira in it too. It's dope, dude.
All
So
right, I will take that as your dope shit.
oh
Back, I will note that your producer put out his top 5. Can you read
Yeah,
them
I was
out?
about to
oh
read
yeah,
that.
let's do it. Let's check it out.
Death Note, Attack on Titan, good one. Ajin, One Punch Man, Hunter x Hunter. One Punch Man is interesting because it's really a running joke. It's like how can we get?
That is
It's
actually
like,
awesome about it, honestly.
yeah, but you know he's not the most interesting character. The most interesting character is Garo. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is, man.
Well, even the drawing of it, right? Like the main
Yeah,
character is drawn differently from everyone else.
exactly. But
This
I
is,
don't care about Saitama. It's like, okay, we get it.
but I think
Attack.
that's the point. They don't want you to.
Look,
They're trying to be ironic.
the Japanese is the one thing they're good at is come up with like crazy concepts for anime that they're, well, between, there's one called on the Hulu called The Most Very Cautious Hero. Have you tried that? Have you seen that one?
I've heard about it. Yeah, yeah.
It's so, the premise is so ridiculous. Like, how can you make an anime based on that? It's this guy who's so strong, but he's always um uh just being cautious. It's like, I don't want to go fight yet because I'm not strong enough. I got to do push-ups. And then when
Oh
he gains
yeah.
points as he
Okay. I've
fights,
seen trailers
like
of this.
he
Yeah.
unlocks powers and shit. And then when he fights like a small little creature that's like power level 0, he just blasts the thing with like his strongest attacks and go, no, I got to make sure that the thing is really, really dead. All right,
So
I'll
he
do
goes
one
like
more.
reverse on that shit.
Yeah, and like I get the joke. I think the worst. There's two that I have in mind that I've seen. I'm like, how can they make an anime out of this? It's the whole anime is about a school where when people fart, they turn into characters. And I stumbled into it on the anime website, and literally the finale is
Oh, you watched it all the way through?
no. I did not. I just went to the.
No,
just skipped to the
no,
front.
no. He said the finale.
Yes, I say I skipped to the finale.
Right.
It's over, and I laughed so hard because they're all like in the school's gym, and they're singing the school's anthem, but it's not them singing; it's their farts that come out of their ass, and and then they have glasses on, and the farts heads look just like the person who farted them out,
Oh,
and they're
gotcha.
singing the school anthem song, and they sing for so long that there's fog and you can't see shit.
Damn.
That is, and then that's that one.
Okay,
And it's
we're gonna
Back
come back
top
to that.
five,
But go to
everyone.
number two. We're going to number two. Go to number two. We're gonna come back to that one though. Go to number two though. Go.
but number two is a sports anime called Kojo something, where they fight. It's a bunch of women and they fight, but they only can use their boobs and their asses to fight. So they come up with these, and it's Japanese in anime,
Yeah.
so they
Yeah,
call
yeah.
out all the moves and shit. It's like
Hey.
Starbuster, and all it is her titties going.
Are you recommending hentai to us right now?
No, it is not hentai. It is not hentai. It's the same. I got to get stronger. I got to defend.
Threesomes.
I got to protect my friends and the ones that love. It's the same kind of deal, but it's all girls in teams that enter this competition where they can only fight with their boobs and their asses.
There's another name for anime in between hentai and regular
Keijo,
anime.
that's it. That's
Keijo,
Keijo.
okay.
I mean, look at that. That is
okay. That picture right
suspect.
there in the middle.
That's funny.
The middle picture. Yeah. See, it's like she hit this girl's head with her ass. It's like that. And if they fall in the water, they lose the
They
fight.
out.
There's the fart people, and then Keijo. Those are
So
the two worst
coming back
wrestlers.
with the fart stuff. I know we're almost done with time, whatever. But
No, that's fine. We can keep talking. I don't.
what I love is when a franchise makes a multi-story one movie. Does that make sense? Let's take for instance, like
Unpack that.
kind of like what is it? Like ghost stories. Like in horror, you have like 5 movies, but they're all different stories, and you just watch every single story.
Oh,
But
it's like little vignettes of different little small
yeah, it's
stories
a
within
length
movie.
of a movie, but you see some small shorts.
Yeah, okay.
shorts
Like a
that,
Tales
right?
from the Crypt or something like
Yeah,
that.
shit like that. Yeah. So there's this one anime movie called Memories, and one of them, and you reminded me, Beck, is about stink. For some weird ass reason,
About stink.
this
What do you mean
guy
stink?
stink. Listen, so this guy, he's at work and he's like, I have a headache or some bullshit, and he takes some pills. He takes a pill, and all of a sudden, everybody around him just like is flopped on the floor in a coma. He's like, what the fuck? What's happening? What's happening? And he's running around trying to figure it out. And he's on a little moped motorcycle trying to find somebody. He's like, why is nobody around? And there's a stench coming off of him. And so the army finds out it's him. So they're trying to shoot missiles and guns, all this bullshit. And
Like in a
everything's,
funny way, or is it?
yeah, it's being all reflected off. It's like exploding. He's like, I don't understand what's happening.
That's an anime.
It's an anime, bro, and it's called Stink Bomb. But
They're
it's
silly
part.
animes.
It's part of a big movie called Memories, and the name of that little small movie is called Stink Bomb. And this dude, at the very end, they think that they just stopped him, but no, he's in yeah, that's the one. Oh my god, it's stupid hilarious, bro. And he's like,
He doesn't know it's him.
no, he has no idea. Yeah. And so all this shit's happening, this stink, and he's like putting everybody into a coma. The moment they smell it, everybody goes into a coma. It's hilarious, bro. But yeah, and so that movie It's called Memories, but there's like little itty bitty movies inside of it. But that one was like my favorite. It's all hand drawn too. It looks beautiful. Reminds me a lot of like Akira and like the Rosian Z that I was talking about. It's fantastic, bro.
So
But yeah, when he's talking about the farts and stuff, like that, I was
Colin
like, oh my
found it.
God.
It's called Onoraguru. Can you pull it up real quick? I was not kidding.
What the fuck?
This guy farts, and he farts a character,
Oh my God.
and this character looks just like him, and he talks. That the fart
Oh,
cloud
so it
talks.
becomes a thing.
Yeah, it becomes a character. It
Oh
farts.
my
It has the
God.
hair. It has glasses. It looks just
Yeah.
like whoever farted. And I don't know what the story is. I don't know. Look, go to the left. You see the family of farts right there.
Oh, the
The dude
Yeah,
has a
that's-
6-pack.
Yeah, I mean the glasses and the goatee. The other one, I mean, yeah. Anyway, this is
I guess I'm just not into anime like this.
I'm saying they are creative. Them Japanese motherfuckers are creative. That's what I love about them.
That's
And
funny.
what's any of the weird shit you've seen, Miko? Because we have some pretty cool.
I don't think so. I don't think I can hang with y'all on this level.
On the
I think I
weird
don't
shit.
watch it. I watch shit like that, but I end up not watching all the way through because I'm like, this shit's kind of weird.
Like if you were to, like what anime besides the ones we've mentioned? I gotta watch Fubi. I gotta watch the Avatar, the Last
Right.
Airbender, and some of the movies that Kesso you've mentioned. But if there's one that like that's like right here that really intrigues you, but you just haven't started yet, or you started it, but you're like, I gotta get back into that. Do you have one like that?
I started, but I gotta get back into that.
Yeah,
I'm not into it now. Like I'm behind episodes specifically.
yeah. Or one that like you've heard everybody talk about, and you're like, oh, this is next on my list. Like I could start tonight or restart.
Well, do you have an idea for that? You just put me on the
Yeah.
spot. I have to think about
Yeah,
it.
I do. Mine's Gintama.
Okay.
The reason why is because it's
Why haven't you seen it already?
no, I have. I've seen it. I mean, there's a lot of episodes,
Oh.
and at first I thought it was, each episode is about one thing, and so,
Yep.
but it turns out that it's a comedy. I mean, when I first started, it's like it's a comedy anime. Like they parody other animes in it. Like there's one right here when it looks
Yeah.
like Goku or
Yeah.
like Luffy from One Piece, and they break the fourth wall, and they can make a whole episode about nothing, but it's actually funny. But there's an actual story, because I always thought it was like a comedy thing, and there's just some pretty cool fights as well. Not like funny fights, but actual fights like you would see on a Naruto level, as far as like how quick they go and the animation and everything. So I know there's a lot of seasons to Gintama. It is on Crunchyroll, but that's one of those. That's my dope shit. Actually, I'm
Oh,
gonna check
Boondocks.
out.
Yeah, Boondocks gets on it. Boondocks gets
Cartoon or anime?
Carlin.
Made by
Um,
Japanese.
It's
They break-
one thing I'll say about Boondocks. It's very episodic.
They break though, but they break the that wall where it's like it's anime at some parts. Yeah, no,
It
that's
is,
cool.
but I would say the only thing I say about Boondocks, it's pretty episodic. Like you don't really
Yeah,
have
yeah, that's
story
not-
arcs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a comic strip that only had
Yeah, I feel you.
I believe they're coming out with another season though, not produced by Aaron McGruder, not written by him. Which is
Oh,
the
really?
first.
it'll be
Oh.
interesting because that's gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Um,
My thought back now, I've had a time to think about it. My Hero Academia. My roommate Byron, also friend and former producer of the show.
Uh-huh.
He really pushes that. I've seen up to, I think season 2 somewhere in there, but I haven't gone. I think it's got like 4 or 5 seasons right now.
You got to keep reading it. It gets better. It gets better if you read it.
Mhm.
Well,
I had a huge.
I'm an
problem-
animator. I don't read manga as much. But I'm behind. Like there's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
episodes for me to catch up. So
Yeah,
for sure, it was good. I think what happened was I was watching the English version, the English dub,
Hmm.
and I got up to the point where the English dub was done. And they had subs like for another 20, 30 episodes, but I didn't get into those. I just went into something else.
the
And that was
manga-
like a year or two ago. So there's a lot more to watch. So that's high
it's
on
like
my
me
list.
telling you, read the Lord of the Rings. Don't watch the movie.
Oh my God. I don't
Right.
ever want to read Lord of the Rings ever again.
Read
so you
War and
read it.
Peace,
So you-
part
so you
1
read
through
it.
7.
That is such a dry read, Lord of the
But
Rings.
I have I have beef with My Hero Academia because at least the first season that I watched, it's the same shit over and over. It doesn't get serious until later in the manga.
What?
It's a bit.
Um,
So
what's
that's
your
my
score?
answer. My Hero Academia.
I'm gonna trail off and say, what is your favorite?
Can you say the question?
The what?
The question.
Wait, oh! I haven't answered mine.
No.
What's
Oh.
the anime you need to finish that's been strongly recommended that you haven't watched?
my bad.
It's high on your list.
Oh, okay.
I love when Miko translates for me.
Great, good job.
I speak Bakalese.
It's back at least.
Oh, damn it! It's one of those Kengan Ashura. That's that.
Yes, but read it. Read
Read it,
Kengan
okay.
Ashura and read the sequel, Kengan Omega.
Kengan
It's
Omega.
the
Okay.
sequel to that.
So that one, but that's that cell animation also.
Yeah,
But
that's why I didn't. I
because
started there, and then I kept reading.
yeah.
I'm not even familiar
Because-
with that. It's a Netflix original.
well,
no,
it's
think
a
it's
manga,
manga.
but Netflix brought it out to
Yeah.
help, or
Okay.
help fund it. But
tournament type shit,
because-
different martial arts in the
yeah,
ring.
because Grappler Baki had stopped for a while, I was like, what else? Oh, Kengan Ashura, cool. And so I
So
got into it.
Kengan Ashura is like instead of corporations, instead of competing in the market, they can compete by hiring fighters.
Oh,
And
like
the
a
fighters fight on
champion.
behalf of the companies. There's like a Panasonic or something like that, and it's real companies as far as the names. They just changed a few letters, but it's about
Interesting.
martial arts. It's a martial art fighting thing.
But
It's all
like
dudes,
whoever
all
gets
fighting.
better,
It
like
gets pretty
whoever-
brutal too.
Yeah, whoever wins, like the company gets better stocks and
Yeah, and all that.
reputation.
Yeah,
Huh.
Like that. Yeah, it's badass.
but
So there's that.
Kengan Omega gets better. I think.
It says, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But
I
that
just want to drop
right
one
there-
line of an anime, Seis Manos, which is a Netflix original, I think.
Yeah,
It's a Spanish
it,
No, I've never
anime.
seen that.
it was alright.
It's
It was
just cool
alright.
to see a Spanish
It was alright.
anime. Like
I feel
I
you.
just liked the fact that they had one. It was
I feel it was
it was
alright, but
good. It wasn't great, but it was
it-
good. It's worth watching this
yeah,
one.
every now and then it kind of dropped on its
Yep.
story, and I was like, wait, hold on, can you just carry on with the story? Or
It's like a
yes.
Disney cartoon.
It's more like
Almost.
if
It's a little gory and dark though.
it's gory. It's very gory. It's
Huh.
like watching like a cartoon version of Lady Death, or if Spawn came back and did its thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I would say they could do a little bit better on their dialogue though.
I would agree. It's just nice to see. It's
It's
in
cool.
English, but it's like a Tex-Mex. They cross back
Yeah.
and forth in Spanish,
Yeah.
Mexican culture.
I
So
mean,
this is cool anytime I see something outside of Japanese and English where it originates,
Mm,
like that's just cool to see the anime culture expanding across the world.
I feel you. I mean,
That's
same
why I
thing
give it
with
a
that the Son of Zeus or
the
Blood,
Blood of Zeus.
Blood
Yeah,
of
that-
I was gonna ask
yeah.
about that.
Blood-
So
yeah.
I started
So
that.
it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like the Seis Manos and the
Yeah.
animation is like.
but I'm
Blood of
watching that in
Zeus.
Japanese, just like I watched Castlevania in Japanese.
For
Even
real.
though
Yeah.
it's fucking
Castlevania was sick, bro.
California
Fuck.
was
shit
dope.
was
I was just
sick.
waiting for best scene, Vampire Killer, when they enter the castle and they play a remix of the
Yes,
original
of
Castlevania
the original
music
Yes.
arcade, or
from the
not
game,
arcade, but
from the game.
Yeah,
Vampire Killer. That's the name of the
Yeah.
song. And I got man.
hyped. Yep.
Yes, I love that. I love that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
All right, we're at 2 hours. Anything you want to plug real quick? I think we shared a lot of dope shit today. So
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, we did our top 5. We did our you must watch. So folks, listen to that, read it down.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. Top 2 sword or samurai anime. Go.
Oh, well, you lead if you're starting because we have to think
Okay.
about it.
Original Samurai X, the very, 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 very beginning, the movie, Samurai X, the beginning, before Rurouni Kenshin, before
before
Samurai
Rurouni Kenshin?
X.
Okay.
Oh, before Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai X, what started it, and then Sword of the Stranger.
Okay, I got one. Samurai Champloo.
Ooh.
How do you mix hip hop and Edo Japan?
God, I can't believe we haven't brought that up.
Oh,
fucking,
fuck, this is Samurai
fucking
Champloo. And
yeah.
the guy who does the Mugen's voice is
Mhm.
the
Spike Spiegel.
No, it's Zoro's voice. The guy.
Oh,
with
the Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. Yes.
Okay. But in English, it's Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. Shut up. Anyways, the
I don't care about shit. I don't care about that shit.
soundtrack is
Back
New
is such a
Jobbies, by the
purist.
way.
Soundtrack is dope. Yes,
New
the
Jobbies.
opening theme song is dope. I
Mhm.
love Samurai Champloo. And I put Afro Samurai up there too, with Samuel L. Jackson doing the voice. All right, who else? What was yours?
Migo, 2 samurais.
Oh, Samurai.
Or sword.
Well,
Jack.
I would have said
Done.
Rurouni Kenshin, but you shit on that by the original.
I'm just saying.
What else? I liked. I'm gonna throw Bleach out there, even though it's commercial. But they were really creative with the weapons. They focused on the weapons.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's one of the few series that really focused on the weapons, and the weapons represented the personality of the user.
Oiro, Zabimaru. Yeah, Bleach. It's coming back, so we'll see what they do. Because the last arc was bullshit.
1,000 Year Blood War.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Good episode. Thank you for inviting me.
This was dope. We're gonna do this again. I'm gonna get on the pattern here because I really enjoy these kind of talks. I mean, talk about shit I like. I can do that all day. I know exactly who to talk to. Talk about shit I like. So it's my show, Bobby. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow the FeedBak everywhere on social medias. We're on Spotify, by the way, if you haven't seen that yet.
Good pickup.
We also on YouTube. I'm putting up bonus clips from previous episodes. So we reviewed the Disney movies. We've talked about sex. We've talked about relationships. Talked about some political shit.
God, I'm on some of those bonus clips. I didn't realize you're putting them on.
Oh yeah. But it's fun stuff. They're like 5-10 minutes, something like that. They're all on the youtube.com/thefeedback. Be okay. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Micco, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Power cheese. Queso, thanks for coming.
Goodbye, world.
Man, I'm gonna break soon.
All right, sound effects to end the show. Of course you do. All right, thanks everybody. Talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.
All right, guys. Yeah, take care.